Coming to you live from Salem, Oregon, it is time for the second of two midweek matchups between the DubSea Fish Sticks and the Marion Berries of the West Coast League. I'm Angus Trangmo. Happy you could join me live on the Fish Sticks Network. And I did have an opening clip planned, and it involved Riley Sonoy's return, but he's a late scratch in this lineup. So the lineup we will be seeing for the Fish Sticks today: Rylan Gullard leading off as usual in center field, then Jake Rolling playing at short, and Will Cooley, the new guy in his second game with the Fish Sticks, will be hitting third out in right field. Then Evan Hellner cleaning up, Braden Bartholomew hitting fifth, and Jackson Dulé in the sixth spot. He had a double yesterday. And then Beckett Turnbow hitting seventh, Jake Daly hitting eighth, and rounding out the end of the lineup will be Alex Hamada at second base. Again, Riley Sonoy was set to start in this game, but a late scratch by Mark Lynn and his coaching staff, and it will be Will Cooley getting the start once again. It is a very, very, very nice day here in Salem. It is a little hot, especially when you're on the turf as well. So might be running hot for all of these players, but until it gets late, it's not going to cool down here in Salem. Wind blowing to about left center field, definitely blowing, not blowing as hard as it was last night. As we get a look at the Marion Berries, they'll be starting Colin Linteo playing at second base, and Evan Berg out in left field, and Tyler Dunning at short. That's the 1-2-3. Then Matthew Major is DHing, an interesting guy in this lineup. We didn't see him yesterday, but this is a West Coast League All-Star in Matthew Major, so he is a very good ball player. Then it's Hudson Flora catching and hitting fifth, Damian Catano in the sixth spot at first base, Taryn Carlson, who had a big hit last night, hitting seventh and playing third, Damari Hall out in center, and Danny Weidman will be in right field. Starting lineups are being introduced for the Berries right now. Starting pitcher for Marion today, Zach Hankins. This is one of the most accomplished pitchers in the history of Oregon high school baseball, a recent graduate of Taft High School. He's going to go pitch for the Ducks down in Eugene at the University of Oregon. And a 0.09 ERA in about 80 innings his junior year, which is the lowest ERA in Oregon high school baseball history. Again, a D1 talent on the mound for the Berries today. And we'll take a short break, then we'll be back with first pitch around the corner between the Fish Sticks and the Berries.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Getting ready to go here in Salem, Rylan Gullard, Jake Rolling, and Will Cooley to lead things off for the Fish Sticks. Gullard and Rolling both had multi-hit games last night against the Berries, with Rolling bringing in his 16th run of the year. Gullard had a double and a single, as did Rolling. And then Will Cooley also had a base hit to his name, so 5 hits across the top 3 hitters in this lineup last night. And Gullard will get things started against Zach Hankins. We are getting ready to go here in Salem, Oregon, and it is about as perfect as it gets out here. The only clouds we can see are out to right field. And just an absolute bluebird here in Northwest Oregon. Zach Hankins, the future Oregon Duck, is ready to go. First offering from the lefty, down and out, 4-1 to Rylan Gullard. Gullard, a 20-game hit streak to start this year. He's appeared at the plate in 20 games. He's appeared total in 21. He pitched in the only game he didn't hit in. Is it 21 already? It is. Rylan Gullard just cannot be stopped at the plate right now. Came into this game with an average of .333, and he picks up right where he left off last night. On the second pitch of the game, he's on base with a single. Or at least that should go down as a hit, and it will. So now Jake Rolling a pretty good fan club down the third base line for Rolling in his home state of Oregon. He is from up the road in Portland, attended Jesuit High School. And he offers at the first pitch from Hankins. Misses for strike one. Again, that extends Rylan Gullard's hit streak to 21. Just a ridiculous start to the season for Gullard. Count is 1-1 to Jake Rolling. Rolling 2 for 5 yesterday, a double and a single that brought in a run and made the Fish Sticks lead 3-1. That was the final run for the Fish Sticks. And then, of course, 3 runs in the 8th inning gave the Berries the win. It was a 4-3 final score last night right here at Chemiqueta Community College as Rolling fouls that off. For strike 2, he's behind Zach Hankins. Rolling comes into this at-bat, 19 for 35 on the year at the plate, an average of 543. He's getting on base 66% of the time, and he won't get on base right here. Nice pitch from Hankins to sit down Rolling on strikes. And there's one away here in the top of the first inning for Will Cooley. So Cooley, we didn't even know he was starting up here in the press box until about 15 minutes ago. We got a report from Fish Sticks infielder Vaughn Lowe that Riley Sonoy would not be starting and hitting third today. Instead, Will Cooley takes his spot out in right field. That gets away from Hankins. Gullard breaks for second, head first slide, well in time from Rylan Gullard, and he nabs a base on what will likely be a wild pitch. That one just got away from Hankins. So now a runner in scoring position for the Fish Sticks, who are looking to strike first right here. They went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning last night. Cooley watches down low, 4-2. It's a familiar look in the on-deck circle for the Fish Sticks as well. Evan Hellner in the 4 spot, just like last night. He'll be followed by Braden Bartholomew. 2-0 coming to Cooley. That runs in on the hands, and he's way ahead. 3 balls and no strikes. Gullard reached on a single on the second pitch of the game to extend his hit streak to 21. And a 4-pitch walk to Will Cooley, so now 2 runners on with only 1 gone for the Fish Sticks here in the first. It was a low-scoring affair last night, most of the way through. The biggest swing was a 2-run homer from Peyton Barsotti in the 4th. Game ended up 4-3. It's one of the lowest-scoring games the Fish Sticks have played all year. DubSea looking to change that right now. Hellner offers up at the first pitch and fouls it back towards us. Hellner currently sitting at an average of 381. He's getting on base half the time he comes up to the plate. He's driven in 11. Chance to make that number 12 or maybe even more right here. Runners on second and first and 1 down. 0-1, it's outside for the first ball to Evan Hellner, future New Mexico State Aggie down in Las Cruces, joining Beckett Turnbow, who's hitting 7th in the lineup today. 2-1 count, pick off to Gullard. He doesn't slide back and makes it a little interesting over at second base, but he's in safely. Berries not seeming to give too much attention to Will Cooley over at first base. Hellner swings through for strike 2. With the lefty Hankins on the mound, you're probably not going to see Cooley move around too much over at first, even if they're not covering the bag. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch to Hellner. Did that bounce off the bat or off his hand? It looks like it was a foul ball. It appeared as if he almost went around and then it hit a foreign object at some point on the way to the plate. Will be 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Evan Hellner. 1-2, he fouls it off once again. That looked like a check swing, but just pokes it into the back net, and he will stay alive. Braden Bartholomew on deck. Bartholomew tied for the team lead in runs batted in this year with Luke Parker at 18. Knows how to bring in runs when needed. Third straight 1-2 coming to Hellner. He chases in the dirt. For strike 3. That bounces into the turf, and gets a chase out of Hellner. Now Braden Bartholomew will come up. Fish Sticks looking to get on the board first here. Runners on second and first. And 2 down for Bartholomew. There's an open base, and Jackson Dulé on deck. Dulé had a double last night. First pitch coming to Bartholomew through the right side of the infield. It might plate Gullard. He's coming around to home, and he is in safely. The throw is cut off. Braden Bartholomew brings in a run to get things rolling here in Salem, and it's 1-0 Fish Sticks. That's his 19th RBI of the year. He leads the Fish Sticks in that category, and it's 1-0 DubSea. Just shot through the right side of the infield for Bartholomew, and the Fish Sticks on the board first. The Berries were on the board first in the first inning yesterday. The Fish Sticks return the favor today. First pitch to Dulé is in the turf. Bartholomew loves to go after the first pitch and does it right there. The throw from Weidman was cut off by Hankins on the mound. 1-0 coming to Dulé. It is fouled back off the catcher Flora. We saw Flora third in the lineup last night. He'll be hitting 5th today. A nice day for Jackson Dulé last night. 1 for 2 with a double. 1-1 coming. He chases down low, and it's fouled back. 4 strike 2. Fish Sticks already plated a run in this inning. It's 1-0 DubSea early, but still a runner in scoring position in the form of Will Cooley over at second base, and Braden Bartholomew, who brought in Gullard with a single over at first. 1 ball and 2 strikes coming from Hankins to Dulé. That's down low. Cooley, nice break, and he will steal third. Bartholomew, an easy bag over at second. Both runners advance on a ball that skips into the turf, and now a base hit would likely make this game 3-0 Fish Sticks. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jackson Dulé. Hankins comes set. 2-2, that is grounded foul. Dulé will stay alive. Another open bag, and Beckett Turnbow is on deck. Turnbow, we didn't see him at the plate yesterday. We didn't see him in any fashion, the two-way guy, yesterday, but went 5 for 8 on the weekend against the Washington A's. So a hot bat on deck. Dulé watches ball 3 go by, and the count is full. Dulé has walked 6 times in 10 plate appearances this past weekend against the Washington A's. So no stranger to a free bag. Payoff pitch coming from Hankins. It's fouled back. Good battle between Hankins and Dulé right here in the top of the first inning. Braden Bartholomew brought in Rylan Gullard to get the scoring started here in Salem. 1-0 Fish Sticks, and they're threatening for more right now. Second straight 3-2 coming. Called strike 3. It breaks in through the back door, and Dulé is retired on strikes, but the Fish Sticks strike first in Salem. Braden Bartholomew takes the team lead in RBI outright. It is 1-0 Fish Sticks heading into the bottom of the first inning here at Chemiqueta Community College. We'll be right back after the break.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the fryer for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
Once upon a home, in a Seattle bungalow, the Huffs searched on Thumbtack to find their next pro. Now the job is all done and the table is set. The hot dogs taste better on their fancy new deck. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Fish Sticks with a very early lead here in Salem. It is 1-0 DubSea leading Marion heading into the bottom of the first. Angus Trengmo coming to you from a very sunny day in Salem, Oregon. Almost too sunny for its own good. It is hot out here. Right now listed at 78 degrees, but real feel is 80, and when you're out on the turf, 80 feels like 85 and higher. So it is hot conditions out there on the field for both the Fish Sticks and the Berries as Hellner throws down to Rolling. And we will get underway with the bottom of the first inning. Braden Bartholomew, who's playing over at first today, drove in Rylan Gullard with a 2-out single in the top half of the inning, and the Fish Sticks have an early lead. Colin Linteo to lead things off. Linteo worked a walk in the first inning yesterday on Cole Nutfer, then stole second, stole third, and ended up scoring on a pass ball for the first run of the game. Linteo heading to St. Mary's College. First pitch from Kai Twites is up and in. Twites getting the ball today for the Fish Sticks. 7 innings of work on the summer for Twites and a 1.29 ERA. He has been stellar for DubSea. 1-0 coming, fastball that's fouled back into the mid of Hellner. It's Lego night here at the ballpark, so a lot of Lego-themed costumes running around. It's also Chemiqueta night. Chemiqueta Community College hosts the Berries as that's off the glove of Twites, and Linteo's speed will do the rest. Should go down as a base hit. That was a play that maybe Kai Twites should have made on the comebacker to him. Always tough to make those plays as a pitcher, but Linteo is aboard. It will go down as a hit, the first of the game for the Berries. The Marion Berries only had 2 hits through 7 innings last night. They've already got 1 through the first batter today. Now Evan Berg will come up. Berg, a new face in this lineup for the Berries as opposed to last night's lineup. We didn't see him in the Berries' 4-3 win. From Kenner, Louisiana, plays in New Orleans at Tulane University with the Green Wave, one of my favorite mascots in all of college sports. First pitch to him from Twites, missed for a ball. Now Linteo breaks for a second. We saw this from him yesterday in the first inning, and he replicates it right there, already a runner in scoring position. And this Berries team loves to run. I talked about it a lot yesterday, but they lead the West Coast League in stolen bases. And for a team that doesn't hit the ball necessarily well, they manufacture a lot of runs on the base pass. So it's going to be a lot of action on the bases today. So Linteo is over on second. Count is 2-0 to Evan Berg. Twites has only given up a single run in 7 innings of work this year. Berry's already threatening him right now. That's a nice pitch for strike 1. The 1 run he did give up was in Wenatchee against the Apple Sox a week ago on Wednesday. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Berg. Linteo now breaks for third, and Hellner, not a clean exchange from the glove to the hand. So eerily similar to yesterday. Colin Linteo gets on base and then steals a couple bags, and he's in scoring position with nobody out and 90 feet away from tying this game up early. Garrett DeGallier will go have a chat with Twites as Linteo just creating chaos on the base pass in the early stages already. Just like last night. Evan Berg will be followed by Tyler Dunning and then Matthew Major DHing. Major is a guy to watch for this Berries team. He is going to the West Coast League All-Star game in a week. That's right before the Berries come to White Center and play the Fish Sticks at the Friar. That is next Thursday, July 16th. One more result to handle here in Salem, though. The Fish Sticks lead early, 1-0. The Berries have a runner 90 feet away from tying it up here in the first, and still nobody out. 3-1 count to Evan Berg from Kai Twites. Lintello reached on a single in the infield, and Berg will reach on a walk. Runners on the corners and nobody out right here for the Marion Berries. So already moving some runners around, and Tyler Dunning, who attends UCLA, will come up. Dunning went 1 for 3 yesterday. Also worked a walk in that first inning. Another runner goes, and Hellner, another tough exchange. That means Berg will now be on second, and it's already 3 stolen bases for the Berries on Evan Hellner in the early stages of this game. Still nobody out, and runners on third and second for the Berries. Obviously a team that likes to run, but I think even this is surprising right now. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. The 0-1 missed upstairs from Kai Twites. Dunning looking to bring home the tying and maybe even the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the first inning, as the 1-1 curls in for strike 2. Fish Sticks got on the board first in this one. Braden Bartholomew, his 19th run batted in of the year in the top half of the inning. Brought in Rylan Gillard from second base on a base hit into right field. 1-2 count to Dunning. Twites just outside for ball 2. Wind starting to pick up, and it's starting to blow the exact direction it blew yesterday, which is directly out to left field. Kind of a righty's paradise if anyone hits a fly ball out there. 2-2 count. Dunning, that gets by rolling. 1 run will score easily, and the Marion Berries have an early lead in this game as the throw is cut off by Turnbow. So the Fish Sticks strike first in the top half of the inning, but the Berries shout right back, and it's 2-1 Marion here in the first inning. Already more signs of offense in this game in the first inning than there were in the first 7 innings of yesterday's contest. Still nobody out for Marion as well, as Matthew Major comes up to the plate. Major named a West Coast League All-Star for this team, so going to be a big boost to this lineup that struggled in the first 7 innings of yesterday's game, but played at 3 in the 8th and ended up winning 4-3. First pitch to him was inside for ball 1. Again, Kai Twites still looking for his first out today. Don't be surprised if Dunning breaks for second. He does right there. A throw from Hellner is a little late and runs up on Alex Hamada. Already the 4th steal on the day for the Marion Berries, and another runner in scoring position on Kai Twites. 2-1 Marion here in the bottom of the first inning, and just manufacturing opportunities on the base paths right now. 2-out count to Major, the DH, hitting cleanup today, and Twites goes off speed. It's in there for strike 1. Didn't see Major yesterday. We did see Hudson Flora, who's on deck. Flora in the 3-hole yesterday, an uncharacteristic day for him. He went 0 for 4 with a couple Ks. That's outside, and the count is 3-1. You can probably hear the wind really starting to go here in Salem. We saw some pretty windy conditions in Yakima and Wenatchee on the Fish Sticks last road trip. Salem hasn't reached those levels quite yet. 3-1 coming, swung on and missed by Major. A pitch that Twites really needed in that situation. Can't walk Major on. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning, and the Berries lead the Fish Sticks 2-1. An eventful first inning already here on the north side of Salem. Payoff pitch coming from Twites, and that misses outside, so Matthew Major works a walk. And Kai Twites allows the first 4 batters to reach for this Berries squad. 2 of them reached on hits and 2 of them reached on walks. As Hudson Flora will come up. Hudson Flora heading to UC Santa Barbara as a freshman this coming season. It's the brother of top MLB draft prospect Jackson Flora, who also went to UC Santa Barbara. He's a pitcher for the Gauchos. He is a very deserving prospect. Getting mocked in the top 10 right now. Hudson Flora pops that up into foul ground for strike 1. Conlon Teo led things off with a single that bounced off of Kai Twites' glove in the air. Almost had the play, and then Evan Berg worked a walk. There were a lot of steals, 3 to be exact, in the early stages before Tyler Dunning brought home 2 with a base hit through the left side of the infield and gave the Berries a 2-1 lead. And then he stole second before Matthew Major walked. So now runners on second and first and nobody gone, as that misses for ball 1 from Twites to Hudson Flora. This is a stark contrast from the Berries lineup last night that was only able to plate 1 run through 7 innings. They've already got 2 runs, and they haven't even gotten an out yet. 1-1, it's fouled back by Flora for strike 2. Kai Twites coming up on pitch number 23, still looking for his first out of the day. And the Fish Sticks took an early lead, but the Berries bounce back and currently lead 2-1. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to the future Gaucho Hudson Flora. Bit of cat and mouse over at second between Dunning and Hamada. Twites will come home with the 1-2. Called strike 3. Nasty pitch from Twites for his first out of the day. Maybe an expanded zone to that down and out corner as well. We saw Jackson Dule get rung up on a similar pitch in the top half of the inning. And now Hudson Flora is called out on strikes in the same exact spot. First out of the inning for Kai Twites, already 2 runs home for the Berries. That will bring up Damian Catano. Catano, a couple hits yesterday. He just grounds that softly, and Twites will go to second. Rolling makes the play, and then throw to first is a little late. It will go down as a 1-6-3 fielder's choice. Almost a double play ball. Heads up play by Twites to get the runner at second instead of just turning straight to first. But now runners on the corners with 2 down for Taryn Carlton. Carlton had a big hit in that fateful 8th inning last night. That made the score 3-2 Fish Sticks for Denari Hall. Brought home a run on a fielder's choice, and Jake Gallen delivered the final blow with an RBI double. Big cut from Carlson for strike 1 against Twites. 2-1 Berries here in the early stages. Braden Bartholomew took the outright lead on the Fish Sticks and runs batted in the top half of the inning. He's now at 19 on the season. It's a race to 20 between him and Luke Parker and Rylan Gilbert and Jacob Rolling also in the mix on that race. Count is no balls and 1 strike to Carlson after a pickoff over to first. Now Catano breaks, and that gets away from Hellner. Runner comes home, and it is 3-1 Berries. Heads up play from Tyler Dunning right there. And now it is 3-1 Marion. So a passed ball allows the run to score. A few runs have come in for the Berries already. They only had 1 through 7 yesterday. They've got 3 already here in the first inning. This is a team that has a team batting average of only .220 on the year, and they've only got 2 hits in this inning, but a couple walks and then a pass ball right there that plates a run, and it's 3-1 Marion. Catano also advanced to second. He originally broke for second, and then Hellner went to throw down and just lost the ball to the backstop. That's what allowed Dunning to score. 2-1 comes home to Carlson and misses outside for ball 3. Dwight's already nearing 30 pitches here in the first inning of this game. 3-1, that's painted for strike 2. It's a pitch he needed right there as well. Payoff pitch coming. 2 down, runner on second. Berries lead 3-1. Twice, that is grounded to rolling. Throw across the diamond. Deep throw, but it is right on the money for Bartholomew. And Taryn Carlson is retired, but not before 3 runs come across for the Marion Berries. And they lead the DubSea Fish Sticks through 1. It is 3-1 Berries here in Salem.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
Kettle Chips race has come and gone here in Salem, and the scoreboard reads 3-1 Berries leading the Fish Sticks after 1 inning here in Salem. Beckett Turnbow will lead off top half of the second inning for the Fish Sticks. He'll be followed by Jake Daly and Alex Hamada. That is 7, 8, 9 due up for the Fish Sticks. Again, Braden Bartholomew brought home a run on a base hit in the top half of the inning, but not the best inning for Kai Twites as 3 runs come home, including 2 on a base hit off the bat of Tyler Dunning. First pitch from Hankins to Turnbow in there for strike 1, and count evens out on the second offering. It's 1-1. Turnbow went 5 for 8 on the weekend against the A's. His average is up to 280 on the year, and chasing a miss for strike 2 on Hankins. Lefty Hankins has off speed, and he likes to slide through the back door with that breaking stuff. 1-2 coming to Turnbow. That misses up high for ball 2. A couple future New Mexico State Aggies in this lineup. Turnbow joins Evan Hellner is behind the plate today. A historic season at Tahoma High School for Turnbow. 2-2 coming. He checks his swing, and he did go around. He will have a talk with the home plate ump, but he went around, and that's a K for Zach Hankins. Hankins has already struck out 4 in this game, still hasn't gotten an out in the field, as Jake Daly will come up. And he chases inside for strike 1. That off speed is nasty. It's got all kinds of run out of the left hand of Zach Hankins. Daly hitting .214 with an OPS of .563. Got off to a hot start at the plate this summer and has cooled down since then. Quickly behind 0-2 to Hankins. Again, 4 strikeouts in this game already for Zach Hankins. Looking for his 5th right here. It's 0-2 to Daly. And did Daly go around? I think he held up. He did not. Jake Daly sat down on 3 pitches. Already 2 strikeouts in the second for Hankins. He's got 5 on the day in the early stages. And Alex Hamada will come up. Another check swing, strike 3 right there. Second time the Fish Sticks have been unsure on a cut, and sat down with strike 3 this inning in that exact situation. Now Alex Hamada will come up. Hamada 1 for 2 yesterday. Average up to 225 on the year. Hamada walked off the Redmond Dudes on July 2nd with a base hit, and he's a great contact bat and really a great option to have in the 9-hole for the Fish Sticks. That's where he found himself yesterday. That's where he finds himself today. Count is 1-1 between Hankins and Hamada. Rylan Gullard on deck. Gullard 1 for 1 on the day already. Also scored the run on the base hit from Braden Bartholomew in the first. Count is 2-1 to Hamada. Hankins comes home, and that's down low, so the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Hankins seems to be a pretty strikeout-heavy pitcher, at least in the early stages of this one. He hasn't gotten an out other than a K so far, but also struggles with walks, and there's another right there to Alex Hamada. That's his second walk of the day. And a 2-out base runner for the Fish Sticks, which brings Rylan Gullard back up to the plate. Gullard, big day yesterday and picked up right where he left off already today. 2 for 5 at the plate for Gullard last night, and he's 1 for 1 with a base hit already this evening. First pitch to Gullard is upstairs for ball 1. Gullard finds himself in the transfer portal after hitting .329 at Linfield this past season. Seems like this summer in a Fish Sticks uniform is helping his case. That's out into right field. Danny Weidman ranges to his left and makes the catch. Gullard is retired. That's the first non-strikeout that results in an out for Zach Hankins in this game. And the Fish Sticks are kept out of the run column in the top of the second. 3-1 Marion as we head to the bottom of the second inning here in Salem.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainiers come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the fryer for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
3-1 Berries leading the Fish Sticks as we head to the bottom of the second inning here at Chemeketa Community College. Angus Trengmo coming to you from Salem again. No Kyle Sweeney tonight. He is still in Seattle, and he will be back on the broadcast tomorrow for the first of 3 straight PIL matchups for this Fish Sticks squad at the Friar. Tomorrow against the Seattle Studs, currently sitting at 11-1 in league play. They've been incredible against PIL teams this year. The Fish Sticks still the only team to get a game off the Studs in the PIL this year. And then they'll face the Seattle Blackfins, who have had a great season in their own right, on Friday, and then the Northwest Honkers on Saturday. So a big weekend coming up for the Fish Sticks. But before any of that, 7.5 more innings left to go here in Salem. First pitch, we saw Damari Hall show bunt, and he fouled it off himself for strike 1. Kai Twight starts off this inning with a strike after a tough outing in the first inning of this one. He's ahead 0-2 on Hall, but came into this outing, he'd only given up 1 run in 7 innings of work, and the Berries get to him. 3 runs come across in the first inning on Kai Twight. Oh, that is right at Alex Hamada for out number 1. Looks like it might get over Hamada's head over there at second, but drops down right into his mitt for the first out of the inning. Danny Weidman, who did not play for the Berries last night, will now come up in the 9-hole. Weidman from Butler Community College. First pitch to him, he swung and missed from Twites for strike one. This is more of the Kai Twites we've started to become accustomed to this season. And first inning, hopefully just an outlier for him as the count is 0-2 quickly on Weidman. Again, plays his college ball at Butler Community College. That is in El Dorado, Kansas. So kind of a random happenstance that he finds himself in Oregon for the summer. 0-2 coming from Twites to Weidman. That is fouled back into the net, and we'll have to do the 0-2 again. One strikeout on the day for Twites, but 2 walks accompanied by 2 hits. And he's given up 3 runs. 2 of them are earned. One came across on a pass ball. Count is still no balls and 2 strikes to Weidman here. Twites comes home, and that runs in for ball 1. Weidman's got to duck out of the way. Colin Linteo on deck. He's already 1 for 1 with a couple stolen bags in this game. That was all in the first inning. He came across as the Berries' first run on the base hit from Dunning in the first inning. Weidman waves and misses. Twites strikes out the second batter of the bottom of the second for the Berries, and 2 quick outs for him here in the second inning, as opposed to a very long first inning for Twites and the Fish Sticks. So now here's Linteo once again, 1 for 1 with an infield single today, and if he gets on the bases, look out. He's got 4 stolen bags in this 2-game series already. We're only through 10 2/3 of an inning. Linteo, soft grounder, might stay fair. That looks like it bounces foul, and it does. Turnbow smartly plays it in foul territory. If that was a fair ball, Linteo likely would have beaten that throw. Count is 0-1. It's Colin Linteo. Linteo was kept out of the hit column yesterday. Went 0 for 3, but worked that walk and stole 2 bags, scored a run. That was the only run for the Berries at the first 7 innings of the game, and it came in the first off Cole Nutfer. Just a great pitching performance all around for the Fish Sticks in the first 7 innings last night, and Twites is ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Much cleaner work for Twites already in this second inning. Looking to get out of the second inning, 1-2-3. Ahead 0-2 on the Berries' leadoff hitter, Linteo. Goes fastball, that is grounded over to Rolling it short. Linteo trying to beat the throw, he does not. Jacob Rolling makes the play over at the 6th spot, and both teams kept out of the run column here in the second inning. It's still 3-1 Marion as we roll into the third here at Chemiqueta.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
3-1 Berries as we head into the third inning here in Salem, and Zach Hankins will come back out. It's Jake Rolling, Will Cooley, and Evan Hellner due up for the Fish Sticks. Cooley already reached with a walk and was stranded on third base back in the first inning. So here's Jake Rolling, 0 for 1 on the day with a K. Went 2 for 5 yesterday and brought in a run with a 7th inning single. Again, if he gets a hit right here, and he's 1 for 2 on the day with an average of 500, his batting average would still go down on the summer, which is just insane. Came in with a 5.43 average. That is fouled down the first base line for strike 1 by Rolling. We haven't seen Rolling strike out too often this year. And he already struck out once in this game. To be exact, only 4 strikeouts coming into this one for Jake Rolling. And Hankins got the 5th back in the first inning. Count is 1-1 infield, playing very deep on Jake Rolling with the hot turf here. 1-1, that is in there for strike 2. Rolling knew it as well. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Rolling, Cooley, Hellner. So a really nice part of the lineup for the Fish Sticks. Due up here in the 3rd. That skips in for ball 2. Jake Rolling. We've seen Rolling into a lot of deep counts this year, and right now no different. This will be pitch number 5. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Between the 2 Oregon products, and that is grounded over to Dunning. First we've seen of him in the field. 1 crow hop, and the throw just beats out Jake Rolling. Really close play over at first, but the throw beats him by a hair, and there's 1 gone here in the 3rd inning. Bit of a hesitation from Dunning on the throw over at short, but ball gets there just in time to make Rolling 0 for 2 on the day. Now Will Cooley will come up. Cooley walked in his first plate appearance against Hankins today. Watches strike 1 go by to start his 2nd. That is low. Cooley, his 2nd game with the Fish Sticks. He's going to go play with Rolling at Gonzaga once the Fish Sticks summer concludes, as the 1-1 is up and in. From Lake Washington High School in the Seattle area, he played for Elevate Northwest, which is a team that the Fish Sticks played in a non-league tilt on Sunday, June 28th. Maybe some recruiting right there as Cooley was ahead of the Hankins off-speed for strike 2. 3-1 Berries here in the top of the 3rd. Count is 2-2 to Cooley, and no chase right there. Oh, yes, there is. Wow. They say Cooley went around. I don't know about that. I'll try to stay as unbiased as possible on that one, but frankly, I am pretty sure he did not go around right there. It's strike 3 regardless, and Cooley has sat down on strikes. That is the 6th K of the day for Zach Hankins. And now Evan Hellner, the lefty, will come up. That runs upstairs for ball 1 on Hellner. Hellner won the 2026 4A state championship in baseball at Sumner High School in Washington this past spring. That was foul back. It would have hit our camera back here if there was no net. And it's strike 1. Came into this game hitting .381. Really good start to the summer at the plate for him. That's outside for ball 2. You wouldn't expect a guy like Hellner to be a guy that hits a lot of singles, but he is one of the better singles hitters you're ever going to see on a baseball field. As the count is 3-1, Hellner staying selective with Braden Bartholomew, who's already driven in a run in this game, in the on-deck circle. Hankins comes set. 3-1 offering. Hellner into right center field. That's the deepest part of the park here. And Damari Hall makes the play just short of the warning track. Fish Sticks go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the 3rd inning. And the Berries still out in front, 3 runs to 1.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the fryer for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
Kai Twite's back on the mound for his third inning of work today for the Fish Sticks. The Berries leading the Sticks 3-1 as we head into the bottom of the third inning here in Salem. Angus Trengmo, happy you could join me here on the Fish Sticks Network. It's been a fun 2-game trip down to Salem, but I am excited to get back to the Friar tomorrow. You can catch 3 broadcasts in a row right here on the Fish Sticks Network. With me, Kyle Sweeney will be back on the air, and we'll have our great production team led by Connor Ryan, our producer. Getting ready to go at home, but one more game on the road, and heading into the bottom of the third. Scoreboard reads 3-1 in favor of the home-standing Marion Berries. Evan Berg will lead off for Marion. It's 2-3-4, Evan Berg, Tyler Dunning, and Matthew Major coming up for Marion. Berg goes after the first pitch. A little early jump, and it's fouled off down the third base line for strike 1. Berg, one of the righties in this lineup, and the wind not blowing very hard, but it is blowing out to left field. And we have seen some gusts already today. As the 0-1 misses down. Kind of same case as yesterday where fly balls are going to fly that direction. We saw Peyton Barsotti leave the yard by a wide margin last night to that direction on a 2-run bomb. 1 ball and 1 strike. Coming to Evan Berg, and that's into left field. Looks like Dule will have plenty of room to record the first out of the third inning. Berg just a little under it from Twites, and since Twites had a rough and tumble first inning, it's been 4 up, 4 down for the Harding University product, as Tyler Dunning will come up next. Dunning, a 2-run single back in the first inning that took the Fish Sticks out of the lead and gave the Berries their first lead of the game. Twice, that just rolls off the table but stays in the zone for strike 1. Dunning from UCLA, hitting third in the lineup, hit 4th yesterday. One of the more talented guys we'll see from this team both yesterday and today. Twice ahead 0-2 right now. Definitely an uncharacteristic first inning for Twites today, and in the second inning and so far in the third, we've seen more of what we've come to expect from him. A late addition to this Fish Sticks roster as the 0-2 runs in on Tyler Dunning and catches a piece of the helmet, so he will reach base for the second time today. It looks like he is okay. I think it just clipped part of the helmet, and he will get his bag with 1 down. They'll have the coaches go check on him, but it seemed like he got up fine after taking that pitch up and in. Matthew Major is set to come up for this Berries team with a runner on first and 1 down. Again, Major, a teammate of Evan Berg's at Tulane, and heading to the West Coast League All-Star game in a week. That's up in Victoria, British Columbia. Quick pickoff from Twites. Music still playing here in the stadium. Doesn't catch Dunning sleeping. So now Major will come up, one of 2 Tulane products in the lineup today for the Berries, alongside Evan Berg. That's downstairs in the basement for ball 1. Major reached on a walk his first time up against Kai Twites. And he's ahead 2-0 early right here. Don't be surprised to see Dunning in motion over at first. We already saw him steal a base in this game. One of 4 stolen bags for the Berries in that first inning where they played it 3 runs, as Twites will head back to first, trying to do a better job of holding runners on here. All 4 runs between these 2 squads came in the first inning of this game. We find ourselves in the bottom of the third, Marion leading DubSea 3-1. And Major fouls that back, gets by Helmer, and that'll be strike one. So he goes after a 2-0 pitch that was located well from Twites, but Major just looking for any strike right now. Not the biggest lead ever for Tyler Dunning over at first, but always on watch to go. Anyone on this Berries lineup is. And that pickoff throw gets by Bartholomew. Dunning will advance to second. He might be thinking about three. He is, and he's going to be in safe. The throw from Bartholomew is late to the party. So that gets away from Kai Twites and bounces by the great mitt of Braden Bartholomew. Finds a dead zone over there in foul territory. Soft bounce off the fence over there, and Dunning can fly. So the runner advances to third, and quickly another run 90 feet away for the Berries. Looking to extend their lead to 3 runs here. Count is 2-1 to Matthew Major. Twites comes home, infield in, and that just misses outside. Both pitchers have been getting that outside corner today, and right there, Twites not so lucky. Count is 3-1. Deep breath for Twites. He's got a clean look at Dunning over at first, and that's upstairs for ball 4. So the second walk of the day for the All-Star Matthew Major. He will head over to first. Now runners on the corners and one down. So a double play ball is in order for the Fish Sticks, but in any other circumstance where Flora doesn't ground into a double play or doesn't strike out, that run will score from third base. Any fly ball in the outfield, you got to think Dunning is heading for home, and he's got wheels on him, so it's going to have to be a pretty shallow fly ball to keep him on the bag. It's the first pitch to Hudson Flora. That'll miss for ball 1. Flora going to go play for UCSB, where his brother Jackson Flora made a name for himself on the mound, and it's going to be a very high draft pick in just a few weeks. And now the throw down from Hellner gets by Hamada as Major steals the bag. Good cover from Rolling, saves a run. You can see when that one 5-holed Alex Hamada, Dunning had a jump towards home, and you thought he might be going, but Rolling backs up the throw and keeps him at third. It's another stolen base for this team regardless. And the count is 1-1. That is down to Flora. Hellner covers it up. Probably saves a run right there. 2 balls and 1 strike to Hudson Flora. Flora still looking to reach base for the first time in this 2-game series. He is 0 for 4 yesterday and 0 for 1 today. That breaks just outside for Twites. Has missed a hair outside with that off-speed stuff that breaks left to right a couple times in this 3rd inning. Three balls and 1 strike to Hudson Flora. 0 for 5 in the past 2 days. And he fouls that back, so we'll have a payoff. Twites goes fastball right there as we get another gust into left field. Barely any clouds here, and it did get pretty cold once the sun went down last night, but right now still sitting pretty at a high 70s, maybe low 80s. 3-2, that is foul tipped, but Hellner can't hold on to it. Would have been a huge strikeout for Twites if it ended up in Hellner's glove, but we'll do the payoff once again. 2 runners in scoring position for Hudson Flora. Infield still playing in for the Fish Sticks. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat on the way. Twites comes home. That breaks way outside for ball 4. Twites loads him up with 1 down. Berries still no runs here in the 3rd inning, but looking poised to change that right now as Flora gets on base for the first time in this 2-game series, and Damian Catano, who had 2 hits of his own last night, will come up. Catano 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch from Twice to Catano, popped up into the parking lot. That'll be strike one. Catano 2 for 3 yesterday with a single and a double. He's also going to join Colin Teo and Cole Nuffer in the incoming freshman class at St. Mary's down in Moraga, California. Twice misses outside for ball one. Quite the jam he's worked himself into now. Infield, at least the corners are in the middle infield. Setting up for a double play ball right here. That is popped up. It looks like it'll get out of play. Might stay in for Turnbow. It does not. Just barely squeaks over the net. Count is 1-2, so Catano maybe gets away with one right there. A lease on life for him at the box, and it's 1-2. Berries plated 3 in the first and lead this game 3-1 over the Fish Sticks. Only needed 4 runs last night in a 4-3 win over this Sticks squad. 1-2 coming. Catano swings and misses. That is a huge strikeout for Kai Twice. Now you've got to force it any bag, and fly ball doesn't score a run if you're Twice, and that is integral to keeping the Berries out of the run column here in the third as Catano is sat down and Taryn Carlson will come up. Carlson 0 for 1 on the day. Also hit in the 7 spot behind Catano yesterday, 1 for 4 with an RBI single. Bases loaded, 2 down, 3-1 Marion. They're looking to extend that. That almost hit Carlson and brought in a run, but it's ball 1 on the inside part of the plate. Dunning on third. He was hit by a pitch. Then Major, who was walked, is on second, and Flora, who worked a walk of his own, is on first. So still no hits in this inning for the Berries, and that misses outside for ball 2. Much better crowd here tonight than there was last night in Salem. Pretty active crowd as well. 2-0 coming from Twice. That has popped up, and it's coming right at our setup here. Almost stays in, almost finds its way into the press box as well. That'll be strike one. Another pop-up that almost stays in the field of play. It looked like it was going to land right here on my table, but it stood up with the wind just blowing directly out into the field, and Hellner was almost able to have a play on it, but instead it'll be strike one on a foul ball. Count is 2-1 between Twice and Taryn Carlson. Twice comes home. It's a chopper to Turnbow, and he will tag the runner. It's a force, so just no reason to play any games right there. Turnbow will tag the bag, and Kai Twice is out of the third inning clean. Berries leave them loaded here. Nice escape for Twice, and it's still 3-1 Marion through the first 3 innings in Salem.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Through the first 3 innings of this game in Salem, and the Marion Berries leading the DubSea Fish Sticks 3-1. All 4 runs coming in the first inning, and Zach Hankins has thrown 53 pitches through his first 3 innings of work. He will come back out for the 4th and face the middle of the order. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Fish Sticks. It's Braden Bartholome, who has an RBI single in this game, followed by Jackson Dule and Beckett Turnbow. Again, Bartholomew, an RBI single, which put him in the outright lead in runs batted in on this Fish Stick squad with 19. Also leads in homers with 4. And he will lead off here in the top of the 4th inning. Fish Sticks looking for a spark right now to close the gap. Wrote a couple singles to 1 run in the 1st inning. Bartholomew scored Rylan Gullard from second base, and since then they have gone down quietly at the plate. First pitch to Bartholomew, he goes after it, and it's another base hit unless this is a miraculous throw from Dunning, and it is not. So Braden Bartholomew, his 2nd hit of the day. And a great day already stacking up for Bartholomew as Jackson Dule will come up after the leadoff single. He goes after the first pitch again. That time he pulls it to the left side, and he's on base once again with a base hit. Now it's Jackson Dule who struck out his first time up on a nasty pitch from Hankins. He showed bunt originally, but pulled it back, and it's called strike 1. We've seen Bartholomew break for a stolen bag a couple times this year. Count is on 1. Dule will swing away, and that is into left field. It should stay fair, and it does. Bartholomew is heading for third. It looks like he will stay put. Jackson Dule has his 2nd double in as many days against this Berries team, and already the Fish Sticks threatening here in the top of the 4th. He took a double to dead center yesterday, and that one's just shot down the line. Tosses up the grain of the turf right on the foul line down the third base side, and with Beckett Turnbow coming up, the tying run is on second base. Only 3 pitches in to the 4th inning. And now Turnbow's got a base hit. That's going to bring in Bartholomew. Dule will stay at third. Beckett Turnbow drives in a run. It only takes 4 pitches. The Fish Sticks have 3 hits here in the 4th inning, and it's 3-2 Marion. The Fish Sticks cut the lead in half here in Salem. An aggressive approach for the Fish Sticks, and it's paying dividends here in the 4th. Now runners on the corners, and still nobody out for Jake Daly. Daly struck out his first time up. It'll be interesting to see if he goes after the first pitch like everyone else has. Now he shows bunt, and he won't lay it down as that skips in for ball 1. It only takes 4 pitches for the Fish Sticks to tally 3 hits and a run in this inning. Turnbow thought about going. That is grounded into foul ground by Jake Daly, and count evens at 1-1. Wouldn't be surprised if Turnbow goes here. Already a couple stolen bases on the year for Beckett Turnbow. Runners on the corner situation. The Fish Sticks like to send runners in this situation, and we've seen them have runners that get shot down over there and end up scoring the run from third anyway in those situations. Count is 2-1 to Jake Daly. We saw a situation yesterday was Rolling was picked off at first and ended up being tagged between first and second. Then the Berries gunned down Rylan Gullard at home. That would have been a game-changing run. Now Turnbow breaks. That's inside. Dule stays put, but the throw goes off Turnbow, and Dule will score. This game is tied in the blink of an eye. Just a wild sequence to start the top of the 4th. Now Turnbow is on second. There's nobody gone for the Sticks. The throw from Hudson Flora bounced off the thigh of Turnbow and into center field, and Dule was able to cruise into home. This game is tied. Daly chases ball 4 outside, and he'll have to watch a payoff pitch. Turnbow is the go-ahead run over on second, and now that gets by Flora, and Turnbow will head over to third as Jake Daly works a walk, and Berry's still looking for the first out here in the top of the 4th inning. Runners on the corners, nobody gone once again for the Fish Sticks, and this is turning into a hit parade for DubSea all of a sudden. Alex Amato will come up, but not before a mound visit from the Berries, and that might be the day for Zach Hankins. There has been some action in the Berries bullpen for about an inning or so, and it looks like finally Hankins' day will be done. So in a flash, the Fish Sticks are right back in this game. 3 hits in 4 pitches here in the 4th inning. And the Fish Sticks and Berries, even at 3 in Salem, will have a pitching change right now, it seems. It looks like Hankins is talking it out with the Berries head man. The ball hanging in the balance in the middle of that mound visit. It's funny. Hankins doing anything he can to hold on to it, but the Fish Sticks have seen Zach Hankins so well in this inning. It would almost be smart for the Berries coaching staff to just take control. It looks like they'll leave Hankins out there for Alex Hamada. You got to think with Rylan Gullard coming up next, that would be Hankins' 3rd time through the order. This is likely his last batter, regardless of how this ends up. Runners on the corners, still nobody out for the Fish Sticks. They've already plated 2 in this inning and tied the game up at 3 runs apiece. It was Beckett Turnbow, a single into right field that brought in a run. And then Turnbow stole second. Now Hamada shows bunt. Oh, that is caught. Catano makes a heck of a play out in the field. Turnbow barely gets back and avoids being doubled up. Full extension from Damian Catano. He saves a run right there, as Turnbow would have scored if that ball hit the ground. Now Rylan Gullard will come up and they'll leave Hankins out there. So not only is this still lefty versus righty, but this is the 3rd time that Hankins has seen Rylan Gullard today, and that misses up high for ball 1. Still only 1 down here in the 4th inning, and the Fish Sticks looking to take the lead right back. They took the early lead in this game in the top of the 1st inning, but 3 runs came across for the Berries in the bottom half of that inning, and Fish Sticks tie it up here in the top of the 4th and 90 feet away from taking the lead. Count is 2-0 to Gullard, and he'll watch strike 1 go by. That was a heck of a play by Catano over at first, a full extension grab. And Turnbow was halfway home as well, so he would have scored the go-ahead run if that got down. Gullard, this might be 2, 4, 6, 3. Gullard beats the throw. The speed of Rylan Gullard will bring in Beckett Turnbow on a fielder's choice. It looks like Turnbow maybe missed home plate on the way through. He goes back and touches it. And it is a 4-3 Fish Sticks lead here in Salem. Another run driven in by Rylan Gullard, maybe not how he was envisioning it, as that was close to ending this inning on a 4-6-3 double play. Now Jake Rolling will come up and they'll check on Gullard over at first. Good job by Zach Hankins after a tough start to the inning to regroup and get a couple outs, but Fish Sticks right back in the lead. It's 4-3 DubSea here in the top of the 4th. As the first pitch to Rolling is up and out for ball 1. And that just misses once again for ball 2. Rolling, a rare 0-for-2 start to a game today. Struck out and grounded out. Gullard is on base for the 3rd time today. And that is in there on the outside half. I think Rolling was saying he didn't think so. In short, I think he wanted that to be a ball. That outside half has been pretty expanded today both ways. 2-1 coming, and that runs in for ball 3. So Rolling way ahead. Zach Hankins still out there. We saw a mound visit already in this inning, but stays up, and that will get by as Gullard thinks about going for 3rd, but will stick around at 2nd, and Jake Rolling is on for the first time today via a walk. That'll bring up Will Cooley with runners on 2nd and 1st, and the Fish Sticks still threatening to extend this newfound lead. It was 3-1 coming into the top of the 4th inning, but 3 runs come across And now Will Cooley with a chance to extend the damage here in the top of the fourth inning. 4-3 the Fish Sticks leading the Berries, and the first pitch to Cooley misses high as Hankins will stay out there. Maybe just a bullpen arm not ready yet, who knows, but it seems that they were gonna take him out before Alex Amata came up, and he is still out there for Will Cooley. That misses just out for ball 2. A down and out corner has kind of been a gray area. We've seen balls, we've seen strikes. It's been a mixed bag in that corner today. 2-0 coming. Cooley goes after it and pops it foul over towards Odd Moe's Pizza here at Chemiqueta Ballpark. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Will Cooley. Cooley 0 for 1 with a walk on the day. Walk back in the first inning against Hankins, and that just misses for ball 3. That was almost identical, albeit a mirror, but almost identical to the pitch that was called a strike on Jake Rolling. Now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Big lead for Gullard over there, and second straight walk issued by Zach Hankins. That'll load the bases with 2 down for Evan Hellner, who's got to take the knee pads off. Now, will this be the day for Zach Hankins? You got to think maybe it will be, especially with 2 back-to-back walks, and it sure will. So a big spot here, and Zach Hankins will be relieved out of this game. 3 2/3 for Hankins. He gives up 4 runs, all of which for earned. Strikes out 6 in the process. All of those came in the first 2 innings of this game, or the first 2 1/3 innings of this game. But Hankins is done. The Fish Sticks lead the Berries 4-3 here in Salem, and Evan Hellner with a chance to extend the lead on the other side of the break.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Zach Hankins is out of this game, and Taylor Worth will come in a big spot here in the top of the 4th inning. Fish Sticks have him loaded with 2 down for the cleanup hitter, Evan Hellner. And Taylor Worth from UC Davis out of the Big West will come in. Worth from Coronado, California, and once again plays for the Aggies in Davis. He comes in, pretty hard-throwing righty for the Berries, and this is a big spot. The Fish Sticks already have scored 3 here in the 4th, and with Gullard on 3rd, Rolling on 2nd, and Will Cooley on 1st, Evan Hellner has a chance to do some serious damage in this game with 1 swing of the bat. We've seen Hellner just find ways on base by any means this year. Coming into this game, he was getting on base half the time. He's 0 for 2 today. But Worth will come in to face the lefty, Evan Hellner. Again, Hellner in the cleanup spot today, 0 for 2. But a big spot for him to put some runs on the board right now. Again, bases loaded, 2 down for the Fish Sticks, who lead the Berries 4-3 here in the top of the 4th inning. Braden Bartholomew has already driven in a run in this game and was the first hitter here in the top of the 4th. on deck. Bartholomew has had a great day. He's 2 for 2. First pitch to Hellner, paints the corner for strike 1. Hellner behind the plate today after Peyton Barsotti caught last night's game. 0-1 coming from Worth, and that is way up and out. For ball 1, easy take for Hellner. Braden Bartholomew led this off with a single, and then Jackson Dule had a double down the line. Becca Turnbow brought in Bartholomew. Those came in the span of 4 pitches off Zach Hankins on the first run of this inning. As Hellner leaves that B, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Then Jake Daly walked, and Jackson Dule ended up scoring on a play where Becca Turnbow stole second, and it bounced off Turnbow and into center field, and Dule scored easily. And then a fielder's choice by Rylan Gullard brought in the 3rd run of this inning and gave the Fish Sticks the lead, and that's popped up in the left field. It might find green grass. It looks like it won't. Just stands up a little too long, and Evan Berg makes the play, but 3 runs come across for the Fish Sticks in the top of the 4th, and they have their 2nd lead of the game. It is 4-3 DubSea in the middle of the 4th in Salem.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of Rainier beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the Rainiers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
Once upon a home, in a Seattle bungalow, the Huffs searched on Thumbtack to find their next pro. Now the job is all done, and the table is set. The hot dogs taste better on their fancy new deck. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
DubSea Fish Sticks back out in front in this game. It is 4-3 Sticks leading the Berries. Heading into the bottom of the 4th, and Kai Twites will come back out for his 4th inning of work. It was a bumpy first inning for Twites, but a clean 2nd inning, and then strands the Berries with the bases loaded in the 3rd and gets out of it clean. Damari Hall, Danny Weidman, and Colin Linteo due up for the Berries. That is 8-9-1. Linteo already has a hit in this game, but we saw Twites kind of mow down this part of the order already today back in the 2nd inning. He'll come back out for the 4th. Still nobody throwing really hard over in the Fish Sticks bullpen either, so clearly running with Twites for the time being. Do see a few people moving around, awaiting the call, but Kai Twites will come back out for the 4th inning, and Damari Hall will get things rolling here in the bottom of the 4th for the Berries. Hall 0 for 1 on the day, playing out in center today. He had a fielder's choice yesterday that brought in the tying run in the 8th inning before scoring the go-ahead run on a double from Jake Gallen. And he watches down low for ball 1 on the first pitch of the 4th inning from Kai Twites. Corners in, and middle infielder's pretty deep on Damari Hall right now, maybe watching out for a bunt as that's strike 1. And we haven't seen the best display of hitting from Hall. He's still looking for his first hit of the series, 0 for 4 yesterday in the win. 1-1 coming from Twites, and that skips into Hellner's chest for ball 2. This will be pitch number 70 for Kai Twites here in the 4th inning. So pitch count starting to get up high. You got to think at some point in the next inning or two he will probably come out as the 2-1 grounded over foul ground. Over to Becca Turnbow at 3rd, and the count is 2-2. And he'll take the long walk back to home. He is taking his time as well. we'll have to wait this one out. The bat is just waiting for him at home plate. The bat was ready before Damari Hall was at home plate. Just a very methodical walk back. Textbook. from Damari Hall. Count is 2-2. Dwight's looking for the first out of the bottom of the 4th inning, and that not enough break back into the zone. 4-3. 3 Ks on the day for Kai Twites, but he's given up 3 runs, 2 of them earned. And this will be pitch 72. Again, pitch count is high. Payoff pitch coming. That is shot up the middle. First hit of the series for Damari Hall as a base hit to lead off the bottom of the 4th. And the Berries looking to tie this one up once again and kind of just punch back in this game. Danny Weidman up next. And Weidman also 0 for 1 on the day coming into this AB. Again, Twites had his way with this part of the lineup the first time around back in the 2nd inning. And that runs in and gets by Evan Hellner. Hall turning around second, think about third. A big ol' lead over there, but he'll stick around at second base as Hellner wasn't able to locate that ball for quite a bit of time. And you could see Hall making the wide turn around second base, but he'll be content with 1 bag and already a runner in scoring position, looking to tie this one right back up for the Berries. That'll go down as a pass ball. 1 ball and no strikes as the Fish Sticks bullpen starts to go. That's fouled back by Weidman. In a flash, now we see like 3 different arms starting to move around over in the Fish Sticks pen. Could be one of many out there coming into the game at some point. 1 ball and 1 strike to Weidman. Weidman struck out swinging his first time up, and that is grounded foul over to third base. Count is 1-2. Like I said, this was the same part of the order that was due up in the 2nd inning, and they went down 1-2-3. It was a line out by Hull over to Hamada at second. Then Weidman struck out, and Colin Linteo grounded out over to Rolling at short. So Twites handled this part of the lineup very well back in the 2nd, but a runner in scoring position and nobody gone here. 1-2 coming from Twites to Weidman. Almost breaks back into the zone, but it's ball 2. Threw a very similar pitch to Damari Hall in a 2-strike count, and it was a very similar result. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fish Sticks took the lead right back in the top half of the 4th inning. It's 4-3 DubSea. And Weidman strikes out for the 2nd time today. Kai Twites delivers a strikeout. That's his 4th of the day. And now the lineup card turns over once again for the Berries. It'll be Colin Linteo, who's 1 for 2 on the day, and Garrett DeGallier will come out. It looks like that'll be the day for Kai Twites. They won't let him see the lineup a 3rd time around. So Kai Twites is done for the day. He goes 3 1/3, gives up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned on 77 pitches. Strikes out 4, also walks 4, and that'll be the day for him. Looks like we'll have Nathan Burke come in for the 2nd day in a row for this Fish Sticks squad. 4-3 DubSea nursing a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th in Salem as Nathan Burke gets ready to go.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
So Nathan Burke will come into the game for the 2nd day in a row. We saw him throw 1 1/3 of scoreless baseball yesterday, only gave up a hit and struck out a batter. In bullpen work yesterday, very similar point in time that he comes in. He relieved Cole Nutford to start the 4th inning yesterday, and now he comes in with a runner on second and 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Fish Sticks leading 4-3, and when he came in yesterday, the Fish Sticks were leading 2-1. So striking similarities for Nathan Burke right now. Comes in virtually the same situation as he did last night. He'll face Colin Linteo, and then, assuming there's not a double play, he will also face Evan Berg. A couple D1 guys on this Berries lineup. Again, a sidearm angle for Nathan Burke, and we saw a sidearmer for the Berries yesterday as well, but it's just the last thing you want to see as a hitter. And with Linteo, the righty, coming up, Burke is so good against righties because anything that comes out of his hand, it just has to run left to right. So even his fastball has run, it can run up as well. Not the fastest thrower on the team, but just really good stuff. First pitch from Burke. Hall breaks for third, and there's no throw. The Berries just having a field day on the bases. They take advantage of a lack of velocity from Nathan Burke right there, and Hall is 90 feet away from tying this game. Burke wasn't able to find the zone on that pitch either, so it's ball 1 to Linteo. And that's a swing and a miss. First strike of the day for Burke, who pitched at Olympic College this past season. 9 2/3 for Burke this year, an ERA of 6.52. Hails from DuPont, Washington, between Tacoma and Olympia. 1-1 outside. Helmer has got to reach out and grab it before it gets by. That would have scored Hall if it got past him. Count is 2-1. Fish Sticks were on the board first, and then the Berries scored 3 in the bottom of the first inning, made it 3-1 before the Fish Sticks scored 3 in the top of the fourth and currently lead 4-3. And Linteo, another swing and a miss. Count is 2-2. That ball is just rising, and then falls right off the shelf. And it's in there for strike 2. Linteo on top of it. First batter of the day for Nathan Burke. Shakes off a couple signs, gets the one he wants. 2-2 coming to Colin Linteo. Popped into right field. It might get down. Tough play out there for Cooley. He makes the catch, and that'll hold Hall at third. Nice read by Will Cooley out in right, and the Fish Sticks still lead this game. Just a little too shallow off the bat of Colin Linteo to score the run, and it's still 4-3 DubSea with 2 down in the bottom of the fourth. Now Evan Berg will come up. Berg 0 for 1 with a walk in this game, reached and ended up scoring in that first inning. Two down, runner on third for Marion. And the first pitch from Burke, just a looper that finds the zone for strike 1. The fastest you're going to see Burke throw is mid to high 70s. And you may think, well, that's not going to work at all, but he's just got so much movement that it works really well against hitters, and you can see it right there, especially against righties like Evan Berg, who's behind 0-2 right now. Nathan Burke looking to keep the Fish Sticks in the lead right here. Count is 0-2 to Evan Berg. Burke versus Berg, and that is outside for ball 1. And now a steal of home. Hall is gunned down at the plate. I wasn't even looking, but Nathan Burke sure was. And that's the third out of the inning. A very heads-up play from the Fish Sticks right there. You could hear the dugout just screaming, go home, go home, go home. And they do just that and strike Hall down at home plate. Fish Sticks still lead this one 4-3 headed into the fifth.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Braden Bartholomew to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning, the top of the fifth inning for the Fish Sticks. DubSea leading 4-3 here in Salem over the Marion Berries. This was the final score of last night's game, just switched around in favor of Marion. And the Berries were only able to plate 1 run in the first 7 innings before 3 runs in the 8th, but they come out hot at the plate and score 3 runs in the first. They've been kept out of the run column ever since. Taylor Worth is back out on the mound for the Berries. Was able to finish out Evan Hellner in the 4th inning and strand the Fish Sticks loaded on the base pass. And Braden Bartholomew, he's seen 2 pitches today, and they both resulted in singles, one of which brought home a run in the top of the 1st inning. We'll see if he goes after the first pitch again. Worth offers, he sure does, and it's popped up in the infield. That'll be an easy play for Lenteo. 1 pitch, 1 out. 3rd straight time Bartholomew has offered at the first pitch today. Always aggressive in the box, and it's kind of just where he thrives is going after that first pitch. Now Jackson Dule will come up. Dule shot a double down the line just 1 inning ago in the 4th and ended up coming around to score the tying run. First pitch he sees in there for strike 1 out of the hand of Worth. Dule 2 straight games with a double against the Berries. Came in for Will Cooley yesterday and went 1 for 2 in a pinch hit outing and goes after it for strike 2. It's a nice pitch from Worth right there. Worth only needed 5 pitches to get 2 outs, stretching across the 4th and 5th innings, and quickly ahead 0-2 on Dule, so efficient work for him so far. 0-2 coming, Dule chases way down and out, and that's strike 3. Good sequence from Worth for out number 2, and now Beckett Turnbow will come up. Turnbow also 1 for 2 on the day. He had a base hit in the 4th that brought home Bartholomew. That was on the first pitch as well, so Turnbow also no stranger to offering at the first pitch. 1 for 2 with a K today. He's Turnbow. First pitch in there for strike 1, so we've seen 5 pitches in the 5th inning. All of them have either been strikes or been put in play for outs for Worth, so dream inning here in the 5th so far for Taylor Worth. 0-1 coming to Turnbow, and there's the first ball. You can see Turnbow load up, maybe thought about swinging at that, but instead it'll be ball 1. Turnbow came into this game with a .280 average. That was hovering around 100 before last weekend when he went off against the Washington A's. Count is 2-1. No runners on and 2 down for the Fish Sticks, who lead 4-3 over the Berries right now. Braden Bartholomew brought in a run in the 1st, and then Beckett Turnbow at the plate right now brought in a run in the 4th, and then when he was stealing 2nd, the throw got away, and Jackson Dule scored before Rylan Gullard brought in Turnbow on a fielder's choice back in the 4th inning as well. 2-1 coming from Worth, and that is fouled back for strike 2. Beckett Turnbow is the beer batter here in the stadium, and he's already gotten the fans $1 off beer today. Every time he strikes out, it's another $1 off beers here in the stadium. So Marion Berries crowd a little more excited about Turnbow at 2 strikes right here than maybe another hitter. 2-2 coming home, and that breaks down low for ball 3. It bounces off home plate. And even then, some fans looking for that discount count is full to Turnbow. Jake Daly worked a walk last time up. He's on deck. Payoff pitch coming home from Worth and called strike 3. Man, the outside third is huge for both sides today, and Turnbow the victim right there. Taylor Worth gets the Fish Sticks to go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th. Looks like we'll probably see Nathan Burke on the hill once again for the Fish Sticks on the other side of this short break. 4-3 DubSea.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the fryer for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
So Nathan Burke actually will be taken out of this game. Good work for Burke once again today. Only 2/3 of an inning, but gets the outs asked of him, including recognizing the situation when Damari Hall tried to steal home and getting him out at the plate. And it will be Duncan Boss coming in for the Fish Sticks. Boss has been lights out for the Fish Sticks so far this summer. 7 innings of scoreless baseball for Boss, the Seattle U Red Hawk from Bainbridge Island, Washington, across the sound from Seattle. He had a 1.81 ERA in just over 20 innings in 2024 in his senior year at Bainbridge Island, and a D1 talent redshirted at Seattle U this past season. Struck out 6 in those 7 scoreless innings, but also 8 walks. So walks have been an issue for him, but he stranded countless runners in his 7 innings of work this year. He'll face the top of the order, really, for the Berries, as Evan Berg will be pinch hit. And Noah Scherer will come in. We saw Scherer yesterday in the 2-hole, and that's where he pinch hits right now. Scherer went 0 for 2 with a couple walks last night in that 2 spot. Duncan Boss, the lefty, getting set to go against Scherer, and his first pitch of the day is that great fastball for strike 1. His fastball is one that it almost runs like a 2-seam almost, or a sinker, where it has run away from the right-handed hitters, and that makes him so good as a lefty to have a pitch that just runs away from a righty like that. 0-1 coming, that is outside for ball 1, maybe a little bit too much run on that one. Two scoreless innings in the series for Nathan Burke. A really good bounce-back weekend for him. Excuse me, weekdays. It's not a weekend quite yet. We've got a loaded weekend slate coming up at the Friar. 2 balls and 1 strike is the 1-1 missed down and in for Boss. Still Evan Hellner behind the plate as well. 2-1 offering, that is paint up and in for strike 2. That is something that Scherer is going to have a lot of trouble doing something with, so he leaves it be, and it's strike 2. Boss, this would be his 7th strikeout of the year with strike 3 right here, but has lost quite a few hitters in 2 strike counts as well. 2 balls and 2 strikes coming to Scherer down low for ball 3. He liked where that one ended up, but just a touch low, and the count fills up. Scherer, Dunning, and Major due up for the Berries. That's 2, 3, 4, and really good part of the lineup for Marion. Payoff pitch coming from Duncan Boss. Fastball chased by Scherer for strike 3. Duncan Boss starts his day with a K. Now Tyler Dunning will come up. Yet to be retired today is Dunning. He's 1 for 1. Drove in 2 runs with a single back in the first inning and also worked a walk. Another lefty on righty matchup, so clearly the substitution for Sherrod or Plattsburgh was kind of just an analytical move almost, and Boss doesn't seem like he cares, as that's strike 1 in there on Dunning, the UCLA Bruin. It's been a great day for Dunning so far, and 1 for 3 yesterday for Tyler Dunning with a walk, so he's had a good series. And he's behind 0-2 on Boss right here. A couple great pitches from Boss to start off Dunning. Still 4-3 Fish Sticks here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No one on and 1 down. Count is 0-2 to Tyler Dunning. Boss comes home. Fastball popped up, and that will get way out of play here in Salem. Right into the bleachers over there down the first base line. We'll have to do the 0-2 once again. Boss already struck out a batter in Noah Scherer in this inning. This will be pitch number 10, looking for his second of the inning. We saw Boss come in the 10th inning back on Thursday the 2nd of July, 6 days ago, and loaded the bases, then a couple big outs, and Fish Sticks ended up getting out of that inning scoreless. That is going to drop in a weak spot out there in right center field. Tyler Dunning is 2 for 2 on the day. He's reached base all 3 times he's come up to the plate. Now a runner on with 1 down for Marion, and Matthew Major coming up for the Berries. Soft contact from Dunning right there, just perfectly placed between Cooley and Gullard out in right center. So now it's Major. A couple walks for Matthew Major today. Still no official at-bats on his stat line. We've seen Dunning break for second a couple times already today. Wouldn't be a surprise if he does it once more at some point. 1-0 coming from Duncan Boss. And it's a fastball lined at Hamada. Might be 2, and it is. Oh, no, it's not. What? Oh, man. Alex Hamada totally had Tyler Dunning doubled up over at first, and the Berries get a gift. There's no sugarcoating that. That was a gift. That throw beat Tyler Dunning to the bag, and he is called safe. That better not come back to bite the Fish Sticks here in the 5th inning, but still an out recorded by DubSea. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th, and it looks like Mark Lynn won't be a pitching change. I think he's going to go have a chat about that call, and he's got a case. That throw totally beat Tyler Dunning to first base. A really nice play by Alex Hamada over at second. And you could see everyone in the infield for the Fish Sticks, their arms just shot up in the air when he was called safe. You had Braden Bartholomew running back to the dugout. I called it prematurely, which I should never do. That's on me. And looks like they're not going to listen to him right there. So a runner on first, 2 down. Major lines out to Hamada. That's his first at-bat of the day. He's now 0 for 1, and Hudson Flora will come up. An extension for the Marion Berries here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runner on first, 2 down. First pitch from Flora. Beautiful off-speed in there for strike 1. Goes through the back door on Hudson Flora to start him off. (4-3), Fish Sticks leading the Berries here in the bottom of the 5th. Dunning now breaks for second, and Boss is ahead 0-2 on Flora. Hellner had no interest in the runner. Count is 0-2. Boss way ahead of Hudson Flora with 2 down and a runner on second right here. 0-2 coming. It's a swing and a miss. Duncan Boss sits down Hudson Flora on 3 pitches, and the Fish Sticks still lead the Berries by 1 through 5. It is 4-3 DubSea here in Salem. We've got a good one on our hands here in Oregon.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Knocker balls going down over by the third base coach's box here at the stadium. Red just got bullied today. But it is 4-3 Fish Sticks leading the Berries on the field here in Salem. Duncan Boss, some great stuff in that 5th inning. We thought he got out of it with a line-out double play. Runner was called safe at first base, and Boss did not care. Struck out Hudson Flora, the next hitter, on 3 pitches and got out of the 5th inning himself. And the Fish Sticks lead by 1 as we head into the 6th inning. Taylor Worth is done on the mound, and he was really good out of the bullpen. Daniel Camus will relieve Worth. Again, 1 1/3 scoreless for Worth, and only needed about 10 pitches to sit down the Fish Sticks 1-2-3 in the 5th inning. Vaughn Lowe is going to lead off for the Fish Sticks right here. First we've seen of Lowe today. He will replace Jake Daly in the DH spot, hitting 8th. We saw Lowe yesterday in a pinch hit situation as well. He went 0 for 2. Right now, Lowe hitting .245 on the season, has driven in 12 runs. First pitch for Daniel Camus comes to Vaughn Lowe, and it's swung through for strike 1. Saw a strikeout from Vaughn Lowe yesterday, but not a guy that strikes out a whole lot on this team. That is foul back, and Lowe is quickly behind 0-2. Daniel Camus from San Dimas, California, in the LA area. Just finished it up his freshman year at Cal Poly. Again, that was a team that won the Los Angeles Regional in the NCAA baseball playoffs and went to the Super Regionals. As Lowe, that is grounded over to Dunning at short. Might be a tough play, throw a little high, but handled by Catano for the first out of the 6th inning. Hamada will come back up for the 3rd time today. Rylan Gullard on deck at the top of the order. Hamada 0 for 1, reached on a walk back in the 2nd inning. Camus starts off Hamada with a fastball for strike 1. Hamada tried to lay down a bunt with runners on the corners his last time up, but Catano robbed him of what might have ended up as a hit if it bounced in the infield with a full extension diving play over there by the first baseman for out number 1 of that inning. They almost doubled up Turnbow at 3rd as well on that play. Hamada ahead 2-1 as that is upstairs. There hasn't been a lot of room for error on the upper half of the zone today for pitchers. Outside has been mainly strikes, and up has been mainly balls on doubtful pitches as Hamada might have found green grass, and it bounces off Dunning's glove. I think that'll go down as an E6. That was halfway into the mitt of Tyler Dunning, and Hamada is on first base. Looks like they'll give Hamada a hit right there. Man, gotta take it if you're Alex Hamada. That was basically in the glove of Dunning, but Hamada has his second hit of the series, and now Rylan Gullard comes up with a runner on first and only one down. I'll check on Hamada over at first, as Camus maybe didn't like that. He almost had an out right there, and Dunning wasn't able to make the play. Gullard will come up. Gullard 1 for 3 on the day. That is another checkup on Hamada, clearly taking into account the wheels of Alex Hamada over there at first base. Camus will finally come home to Rylan Gullard right here. Gullard shows bunt and then pulls back. It's ball 1. Okay, Gullard 1 for 3 on the day. Singled back in the first inning to extend his hit streak to 21 on the summer. Also brought in what is currently the go-ahead run back in the 4th on a fielder's choice. That tails foul down the third base line for the first strike. Jake Rolling on deck, 0 for 2 with a walk, but always dangerous. Runner on first and 1 down. Fish Sticks still leading the Berries 4-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. And another checkup on Hamada over there at first. That's the 3rd time that Camus has thrown down. It's been more pickoff moves to first base than pitches to home against Gullard here. As Gullard, that is chopped over to the second baseman, Linteo. He'll have to go to first, and Gullard almost beats out the flip from Linteo, but he is out. That will advance Alex Hamada, and now Jake Rolling comes up with a runner in scoring position and 2 down. The Bald Eagle, 0 for 2, also has a walk today. Drove in a run yesterday with a base hit up the middle in the 7th inning. That made the game 3-1 to Fish Sticks. Hamada has all kinds of speed at second base, so any base hit would likely score him, especially with 2 down. Rolling watches that go down low for ball 1. RBI yesterday made it 16 on the year for Jake Rolling. Right now that's good for 4th on the Fish Sticks, and he's played in about half the games. 0-1, that is chopped, and Camus will do it himself. It's a 1-3 put out over at first. Rolling retired for the 3rd time today, and Daniel Camus out of the 6th inning clean. It's still 4-3. No one pulling away here in Salem. Berries get another chance at the plate against Duncan Boss on the other side of this break.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of Rainier beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the Rainiers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
Once upon a home, in a Seattle bungalow, the Huffs searched on Thumbtack to find their next pro. Now the job is all done, and the table is set. The hot dogs taste better on their fancy new deck. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Second inning on the mound of the night coming up for Duncan Boss. He gets out of the 5th clean, and he will roll on to the 6th inning facing Damian Catano, Taryn Carlson, and Damari Hall. That's 6, 7, 8 in this Berries lineup. Jane Mizuno starting to move around in the Fish Sticks bullpen as well, so watch out for him to come into this game at some point. Duncan Boss, 15 pitches in his first inning of work and a couple strikeouts along the way. We thought he got out of it with a double play, but struck out the next hitter, Hudson Flora, on 3 pitches. That ended up not mattering too much in the large scope of this game. So now Damian Catano will come up, 0 for 2 day for Catano so far. And And Duncan Boss, 8 innings and no runs given up for him this year. Looking to make it 9 right now. Finally gets the sign he wants from Hellner. First pitch of the 6th is just down for ball 1. Boss maybe a little bit confused why he didn't get that one. I mean, it barely missed on that down and out corner. Count is 1-0 to Catano. He offers, and that is tailing foul. Should hit the net before it comes down, and it does. Nice effort out there by Dule in left field, but no chance at it for him, and it's strike 1. Again, a couple strikeouts for Duncan Boss in his first inning of work today, and only needed to face 4 batters to do it. It's behind 2-1 on Catano. Catano, a 2-hit game yesterday, but still looking for his first hit today. He's 0 for 2 at the plate. Had one of those hits in the 8th inning, ended up scoring a run. 2-1 coming from Boss, and that is grounded foul. This time towards the Berries dugout. Strike 2. 4-3, Fish Sticks leading the Berries here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sun starting to set over the mountains to the west here in the Willamette Valley. 2-2 coming from Boss, and that is pulled outside. We'll have a full count coming to Catano. "15 pitches in the first inning of work for Boss today, and this will be pitch number 6 of the first at-bat. Maybe not as efficient as he might have hoped. 3-2 coming, and it's a big-time chase for Catano. That bounce before it got to Hellner. The throw down is complete, and Duncan Boss has his 3rd strikeout of the day and 5 batters faced. Just expanding on what has been a great year on the mound for Boss, and that'll bring up Taryn Carlson, also 0 for 2 on the day coming into this at-bat. The lefty Boss starts him off with a fastball that runs in for ball 1. Count is 1-0, no one on, 1 down. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning in Salem. Boss fastball that's flied into right center. Might be a tough play to the deepest part of the park. Gullard slides and makes the catch. Smooth from Rylan Gullard for out number 2 out in right center. Oh, and now an ump is down. I think Beckett Turnbow might have clipped the 3rd base side ump when he was running to cover that play. So we've got a delay here in Salem, and the trainer coming out of the Berries dugout for an umpire. It's not impossible for this crew to go just 1 plate ump and 1 field ump. There are 3 umps on the field right now. And I think Beckett Turnbow went to cover that play and just ran into the 3rd base field ump over there. Just got tangled up with Turnbow, and bit of a delay here in Salem. Nice play by Rylan Gullard, kind of overshadowed by the health of the umpire over there at 3rd base, but really tough play for Gullard. That is the deepest part of the park here in Salem. It's about 380 to that right center power alley, and Gullard a long run to make that play. Umpire still down, getting checked on by the trainer. This is probably the longest injury break we've seen for anyone this year in a Fish Sticks game. Beckett Turnbow and Evan Hellner staying warm, playing catch on the infield right now, and Duncan Boss continues to just do great work on the mound. He's through 1 2/3 scoreless. And he'll face Damari Hall once this is all sorted out. Again, I think that Turnbow and the ump got tangled up when that ball was in the air. We'll see if this umpire can press on in this game. From the looks of it up here, I doubt it. It looks like he will head off, and we'll have a two-man crew for the rest of this game. Obviously, something you never want to see. It's good to see him walking the length of the diamond over to the Berries dugout here. But yeah, they're going to take him off the field, and there'll only be 2 umps in this game the rest of the way. Bit of a delay for Duncan Boss's arm as well. It took about 3 to 4 minutes of game time. Now Boss, you can see him kind of working out the arm on the mound, just making sure it stays hot. And it's been hot today. 23 pitches, and he's gotten 5 outs, including 3 Ks. So it looks like Boss will get a few warm-up pitches in, and we'll be running with 2 umps for the rest of the game, and Boss just getting set to go. Again, no runners on and 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. The Fish Sticks leading the Berries 4 runs to 3. It was an eventful first inning. Braden Bartholomew brought home a run with a base hit in the top half, and then the Berries, all 3 of their runs in this game came in the first inning. It was a 2-run single from Tyler Dunning, and then a pass ball that ended up scoring a run as well. And then the top of the 4th saw 3 runs come across for the Fish Sticks. Beckett Turnbow brought in a run, and then he stole second. Throw got away. Jackson Dule scored from third, and Rylan Gullard drove in a run with a ground out. So now Duncan Boss set to face Damari Hall after a bit of a delay. And the first pitch, fastball at just misses for ball 1. Jaden Mizuno still throwing over in the Fish Sticks bullpen. Makes you think this might be the last inning for Duncan Boss. Goes fastball, and that's chased by Hall for strike 1. At least I thought it was a fastball at first, but just drops off for Hall, and he is way on top of it for strike 1. Boss looking to go 1-2-3 here in the 6th. 1-1, that curls in for strike 2. Just a nasty pitch towards the back foot of Hall. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This will be Duncan Boss's 4th K in 2 innings of work. He's got the sign from Hellner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Duncan Boss, that's fouled back by Hall. We'll redo the 1-2. Hall 1 for 2 on the day. Had a single up the middle back in the 4th inning. Looking to keep the 6th alive for the Berries. Second straight 1-2. That is lined at Turnbow. Nice read off the turf. Throw to Bartholomew, gets away. Hall will advance to second on the throwing error by Beckett Turnbow. Really nice read off the hop, but the throw is nowhere close to Bartholomew. Hall will reach on the error, and extended life here in the 6th for the Marion Berries. Second error of the game for the Fish Sticks. The first was tagged on Evan Hellner. It ended up scoring a run back in the 1st inning. That ball was hit hard by Hall as well, and Turnbow did the hard part. Just the throw misses way right of Bartholomew. Now Danny Weidman will come up with a runner in scoring position. First pitch from Boss upstairs for ball 1. Looks like Boss is going to get a new ball. It's been a weird inning for Duncan Boss. 2 quick outs and then a delay for an umpire injury, and then it appeared that he was out of the woods here in the 6th. But Beckett Turnbow's throw goes awry, and now a runner in scoring position for Marion. Count is 1-0 to Weidman. Weidman 0 for 2 on the day. Fastball, that's fouled back. Barely stays within the net. Top of the order due up for the Berries as well. Colin Linteo currently stands in the on-deck circle. Not necessarily a guy Duncan Boss wants to face, especially with runners on. Count is 1-1 to Weidman. You can expect him to go after Weidman right here. And not enough break right there. That's ball 2. Berries trailing by 1, a base hit. Would likely score Hall from second and tie this game right back up here in the 6th. Sun has officially set to the west here, and that's ball 3. We're getting some oranges and some pretty light blues here. This is looking southeast here in Salem, so not really looking at the sunset, but you can see the colors starting to pop up on our camera angle. 3-1 count. Boss comes home to Weidman. That's fouled back. We'll have a full count pitch. Pretty vital pitch right here as we enter the late stages of this game. 4-3 Fish Sticks. Full count with Colin Linteo, the leadoff hitter, who's got a hit in this game, on deck. Duncan Boss. Likely his last inning of work with Jane Mizuna getting set to go. 3-2 pitch on the way. Into center field, trailing towards right. It looks like Cooley is under it. 2 scoreless innings from Duncan Boss. 9 innings of work out of the pen for Boss this year, and the ERA is 0-0-0. We head into the 7th inning, and the Fish Sticks still ahead by a run. It is 4-3 DubSea through 6 in Salem.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of Rainier beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainiers come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the Rainiers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
Once upon a home, in a Seattle bungalow, the Huffs searched on Thumbtack to find their next pro. Now the job is all done, and the table is set. The hot dogs taste better on their fancy new deck. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Heading into the 7th inning here in Salem, the Fish Sticks leading the Berries 4-3. Daniel Camu will pitch once again for the Berries here in the 7th. A scoreless 6 for Camu, the Cal Poly Mustang. He'll face 3-4-5 for the Sticks. Will Cooley over 1 with a couple walks today. He'll lead off, and then it's Evan Hellner and Braden Bartholomew due up for the Sticks. So Cooley comes up. He had his first hit of the summer as a Fish Stick yesterday before he was pinch hit by Jackson Dule. Finished 1 for 2, and he's got a hit on the first pitch he sees from Daniel Camu. Will Cooley, 2 games with a hit to start his Fish Sticks tenure, and he's on base to lead off the 7th. Hard hit through the right side of the infield. Evan Hellner will come up. Hellner 0 for 3 on the day. Usually a guy that you can count on to get on base at a high rate, but still hasn't seen the base pass today. Now a bit of a delay coming from the Fish Sticks dugout. Looks like they'll get Noah Benedict ready to go. They might have Noah Benedict, who has all kinds of wheels. Pinch run for Will Cooley right here. It looks like they will do just that. Noah Benedict is heading out without a bat in hand, and Will Cooley's day is done. But another hit for Cooley. He is now 2 for 5 on the summer with the Fish Sticks. And Benedict, I mean, this is a great option to have as a pinch runner. He went 15 for 15 on stolen base attempts in high school at Puyallup. So far this year, he's only tried 1 steal, and it was successful. Hellner asking for Lynn to redo the sign. Just a bit of miscommunication in that whole situation. Now we've got Noah Benedict on first and Evan Hellner at the plate. Still 4-3 Fish Sticks here in the 7th. First pitch to Hellner misses out for ball 1. Braden Bartholomew is on deck. Bartholomew 2 for 3 on the day. Drove in a run back in the first inning. Has only seen 3 pitches and 3 at-bats. Hellner shows bunt, unable to get it down. That's strike 1. We saw the Fish Sticks be ready to bunt yesterday as well in a game where runs were coming at a premium. A little bit more offense so far today, but similar situation with the Fish Sticks ahead by 1. Another bunt. That one's a beauty. Beautifully placed. Hellner won't beat the throw to first. Flora covers it nicely, but just a perfect sac bunt from Evan Hellner down the third base line. Now the Fish Sticks have a runner in scoring position with 1 down for Braden Bartholomew, who's been great at the plate today. Cannot say enough about that bunt from Evan Hellner. Just tickled down the line and stays in fair territory on the brown turf here in Salem. Benedict advances and Braden Bartholomew comes up with a runner on second and 1 down. Camu would check on Benedict over at second base. Fish Sticks 1-3 in West Coast League games this year. Got one off the Yakima Valley Pippins last week, 10-5, and then dropped 2 to the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Bartholomew into center field. It gets down, and it gets by Hall. Bartholomew's got extra bases on his mind. Benedict will stick around to third. Not a good read for him. He wasn't sure if Hall was able to haul it in out there. But Braden Bartholomew reaches with a double. It's his 3rd hit of the day. Now runners on third and second with 1 down for Jackson Dulé. Braden Bartholomew having a great day at the plate. Dulé, a double in this game. He's 1 for 3. Infield playing in for Marion. First pitch to Dulé. He shows bunt, and he fouls it back into the mid of Flora for strike 1. Benedict on third, so any fly ball that's semi-deep probably scores the speedy Benedict and makes it a 2-run lead for the Fish Sticks. 0-1 coming to Dulé. That is a chase down low for strike 2. So Camu looking for a huge strikeout to get the sac fly out of the picture. Beckett Turnbow has driven in a run today as well. He's on deck. No balls and 2 strikes coming to Jackson Dulé. Runners on third and second and 1 down for the Fish Sticks. 0-2 is fouled back. Dulé will stay in the count. Making Camu work. Wind still blowing not well, but it's moderate wind out to left field. 0-2 coming to Dulé once again. It's another chase, and that time he misses. Huge strikeout for Camu right there, and now Beckett Turnbow comes up in a big spot to try and extend the Fish Sticks lead. Runners on third and second, and 2 down for the Sticks. Turnbow 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a couple Ks on the day. Vaughn Lowe on deck. He has delivered in these spots time and time again, so an open bag for Turnbow. Would bring up Lowe with the bases loaded. Turnbow leaves it be, and it's strike 1. Man, that outside half, especially Turnbow, just has not been able to buy a call out there. Count is 0-1. Big spot for Turnbow. He offers it that, and it's fouled off. He's behind 0-2. Daniel Camu worked himself into a tough spot here. Runners on third and second, and only 1 down, but a strikeout of Jackson Dulé. Now he's ahead on Turnbow 0-2. Looking to get out of the top of the 7th inning clean. 0-2 coming from Camu to Turnbow. That's up high for ball 1, easy take. Again, Vaughn Lowe on deck. Lowe is 0 for 1 on the day. Pinch hit for Jake Daly last time up. But 12 runs batted in off the bat of Lowe this year. 1-2 coming. Turnbow fouls it off. He'll stay alive. Another 1-2 on the way. Just kind of a defensive swing right there on the off-speed stuff. Now he'll dig in on the 1-2 right now. 4-3 Fish Sticks. Turnbow looking to change that number. 1-2 on the way. Swings through it and misses. Third strikeout of the day for Turnbow. Daniel Camu doesn't let the Fish Sticks plate any runs here in the top of the 7th. They strand 2 in scoring position. Heading into the 7th inning stretch. 4-3 Fish Sticks here in Salem.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainiers come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
So Beckett Turnbow, who just struck out to wrap up the top of the 7th, will now come in on the mound in the bottom of the 7th, replacing Duncan Boss. We saw Jaden Mizuno getting ready to go over there, and he's still hot in the Fish Sticks bullpen, so definitely not out of the picture for a Mizuno appearance at some point in this game, but Turnbow will come in here. Turnbow has been pitching very well as of late in his last 2 outings. Excuse me. 12 innings of work this year, a 5.25 ERA, but his best outing of the year, far and away, in Wenatchee, kept the Fish Sticks in the game on the mound after a tough start for Jaden Mizuno. 2.2 scoreless innings against a loaded Apple Sox lineup. And then shut down the game on Sunday against the A's, and now comes in a week removed from that great outing out of the pen against Wenatchee, trying to protect a 1-run Fish Sticks lead here against the Berries. It is 4-3 DubSea heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. Isaac Watson will take Turnbow's spot over at third base, and Duncan Boss, 2 scoreless innings for him. He was incredible out of the pen, and now it's 9 innings and an ERA of straight zeros for Duncan Boss this year. Colin Linteo to lead off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 1-2-3 due up for the Berries. That's Linteo, Scherer, and Dunning. And they'll face Beckett Turnbow this time around. First pitch from Turnbow, fouled off by Linteo for strike 1. Turnbow, when that fastball is finding the zone, it is nearly impossible to straighten out for a hit. But quite a few walks on Turnbow's stat line this year. Count is 0-1, and that's upstairs for ball 1, the first ball for Turnbow today. $16 Ks, but 13 walks for Beckett Turnbow in 12 innings of work this year. 1-1 coming, Linteo into center field. Gullard tracking back, and he stands up right in front of the warning track and makes the play for out number 1. So an out on a line out out to center field. Some may say a loud out right there to start the day for Beckett Turnbow. Now Noah Scherer will come up. Turnbow on the mound has been night and day as of late. The turning point was that outing in Wenatchee, and since then it's been nothing but good stuff for him. And picks up right where he left off on Sunday against the A's with the first out of Linteo, and he blows a fastball by Scherer for strike one. One of the hardest throwers on this team. He can touch low 90s and almost live there when his arm's really going. Count is 0-1. He goes fastball again, and it's painted for strike two. Just a tough pitch to read. Throw gets away from him. Good cover by Jake Rolling out there, the bald eagle. Count is 0-2 to Noah Scherer. Scherer struck out to Duncan Boss his first time up. He pinched it for Berg. I was back in the fifth. Turnbow has the sign. He's ahead 0-2 on Scherer. Fastball just out for ball one. We've seen Turnbow see that pitch at the plate on the outside half, and while I do think that one missed, there have been some generous calls in favor of the Berries at the expense of Turnbow and that exact part of the zone to righty hitters. 1-2 coming. He goes right back, and Scherer chases. First strikeout of the day for Turnbow. There's two quickly gone here in the bottom of the seventh inning for the Fish Sticks. So now Gavin Price will come up, replacing Tyler Dunning. Dunning had a big day, 2 for 2. Also was hit by a pitch, and it'll be Gavin Price. First pitch from Turnbow, way out for ball one. We saw Price yesterday. He had a hot shot double in that game. It was one of the 2 hits that the Berries were able to tally in the first 7 innings yesterday. 1-0, he chases outside for strike one. The body language of Turnbow tells the story right now. He's just moving with confidence on the mound. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gavin Price here in the 3-hole. Takes his foot off the gas. Turnbow curls it in for strike two. That is a wonderful pitch from Beckett Turnbow. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Turnbow already struck out a hitter in this inning, looking to go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Comes set 1-2, fouled back by Price. One of the furthest balls I've ever seen fouled back in a game this year. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gavin Price here in the bottom of the 7th with the Fish Sticks ahead by 1. Turnbow looking for the K. Price into center field, well struck. Gullard racing back, and it's off the base of the wall. Price thinking about 2. The throw from Gullard almost beat him to the bag, but Price slides in. It's his second double in as many games against the Fish Sticks. And now, for the 3rd inning in a row, the Berries have moved a runner to second with 2 outs. Gavin Price saw that 1-2 pitch and ripped it. You thought off the bat maybe you would have a chance of getting out of here, but stands up right at the base of the wall, and Coach DeGallier will come out and make sure everyone's on the same page before facing not Matthew Major. Matthew Major will come out of this game. We'll wait for an ID on the new hitter. Jaden Mizuno still moving around out there. Makes you think how long of a leash Turnbow has today, but really good stuff from him. And Price just saw that 1-2 offering really well. So Carol Marty from right down the road in Corvallis at Oregon State, really good baseball program, will now come up looking to tie this game here in the bottom of the 7th. Gavin Price on second after a double. First we've seen a Marty in this 2-game series. No one holding Price on at second. First pitch from Turnbow to Marty in there for strike one. Haven't seen a walk from Turnbow in quite some time, and starts off Marty with a strike right there. 0-1, that is just inside for ball 1. Turnbow liked it, but he'll take a lap behind the mound. Regroup on the 1-1. 4-3 Fish Sticks here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fish Sticks had a narrow lead in the late stages of yesterday's game, but the Berries came out on top 4-3 after 3 8th-inning runs. 1-1 in there from Turnbow for strike 2. Ahead on Marty right here. Beckett Turnbow looking to get out of the 7th inning clean and keep the Fish Sticks in front by 1. 1-2 offering on the way. Turnbow checks on the runner Price at second. Now comes home, and it's up and out for ball 2. Starting to cool down here in Salem. Wind has almost entirely died down. Still some signs of sunlight to the west, but the way we're looking, it is almost nearly dark. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. Turnbow, fastball just misses down, and it's a ball 3 to Marty. Open base at first, so a walk wouldn't exactly be a killer, but that would put the tying run on base for the Berries. Payoff pitch on the way from Beckett Turnbow. Rolling covers the bag, then heads back. 3-2 coming. Strike 3! Carroll Marty offers it a fastball up high, and Beckett Turnbow, 2 Ks in the 7th. He's out of it clean, and the Fish Sticks still clinging to a 1-run lead in Salem. 4-3 DubSea as we roll on into the 8th.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Well, here at Chimiqueta Community College in Salem, we were transported back to 2016 a little bit, a bottle flip challenge in the inning break as we roll into the 8th inning here in Salem. The Fish Sticks leading the Berries 4-3, and Daniel Camus is done for the day on the mound. 2 scoreless innings, strands a couple of runners in scoring position back in the 7th. Vaughn Lowe will lead off for the Fish Sticks, and he'll face Josh Mejia on the mound. Mejia from Lower Columbia College. Two scoreless innings for Camus on 26 pitches, so some pretty good work for him. And now Mejia will come in. Fish Sticks haven't scored since the 4th, and Berries haven't scored since the 1st, so it's been a lot of zeros on the board since that first inning when the Fish Sticks plated 1 and the Berries responded with 3 of their own. And outside the top of the 4th inning, it's all zeros on the scoreline since then. Vaughn Lowe will lead off, then Tyler Eisenhut is in the on-deck circle to replace Alex Hamada as Lowe fouls that off. A little off balance right there. Tyler Eisenhut will pinch hit for Hamada, and Rylan Gullard will follow him up. 8-9-1 for the Sticks. Lowe 0 for 1 on the day. Came in for Jake Daly in the DH spot, hitting 8th. And that is up for ball 1. Good watch from Lowe. Count is 1-1. Here here on the leadoff batter of the 8th inning. Fish Sticks leading the Berries 4-3. That breaks in, and once again upstairs from Mejia for ball 2. Four doubles on the year for Vaughn Lowe, one of the highest totals on the team. And that conks him right in the helmet. It almost bounced up and over the net here. Vaughn Lowe takes that like a champ, and he is on base for the first time today. Just square in the basket on his head, and Vaughn Lowe is going to come out for a runner. That'll be Rodrigo Montano coming in. So Vaughn Lowe takes one right in the noggin, and he reaches base to lead off the 8th. If that 8 spot were to come up once again, that means Rodrigo Montano would be the guy hitting. We've seen Montano hit a little bit this year, but we've seen him more on the mound. Montano is 2 for 6 on the season with a double. So now it's Tyler Eisenhut for the first time today, replacing Alex Hamada, who went 1 for 2. Eisenhut shows bunt, isn't able to get it down. Montano might be gunned at first. He's barely back in time. Eisenhut wasn't able to get the bunt down, and Montano took a big lead thinking he was going to be able to at least foul it off. But barely gets back. The throw from Flora just a little too off the mark. Now Eisenhut pulls back at the last second for ball 1. Montano on first after Vaughn Lowe was drilled in the head by a hit by a pitch. He is okay. If you weren't watching, he took it like a stud. Eisenhut shows bunt again, and that time he pulls back, and it doesn't matter. It's called strike 2. Just trying to move a runner into scoring position for Rylan Gullard here in a 1-run game, but Eisenhut not able to get a bunt down. You got to think with 2 strikes and nobody gone, he'll be swinging away. Not a big lead for Montano over at first either. 1-2, that is down low for the second ball from Mejia. Rylan Gullard and Jake Rolling both due up, barring a double play in this inning. Two balls and 2 strikes to Tyler Eisenhut. First plate appearance of the day, and he fouls that off. Stays alive for another 2-2. Eisenhut hitting .206 this summer. OPS just north of 600. He's driven in 7 runs and has worked 8 walks. One of the highest totals on the team in that department. Graduated from West Seattle High School right down the road from the Friar. That is fouled off once again down the first base line. And we'll have to do the 2-2 once again. This will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat to Eisenhut. Really making Mejia work here. 4-3 Fish Sticks lead here in the top of the 8th inning. 4 runs on 8 hits and a Berries error. 2-2, Eisenhut chases down and away, and it's the first strikeout and the first out of the day for Josh Mejia. Now Rylan Gullard will come up with 1 gone. Gullard 1 for 4 on the day. Hit streak extended to 21 in the first inning. Just incredible stuff that he's doing this summer. First pitch to Gullard, that is painting the corner. Tickles the zone for strike 1. Again, Gullard 1 for 4 with a single, also brought in a run on a fielder's choice in the 4th. That is the last run that scored in this game. That made it 4-3 Fish Sticks, and that is still the score we are sitting at as Gullard watches strike 2 on the outside third once again. Great start to the at-bat for Josh Mejia against Rylan Gullard. Jake Rolling, you can see him on deck. 0-2 coming to Gullard, and it's fouled back. He'll stay alive. Gullard came into this game hitting the .333, has 3 homers and has driven in 17 runs. That total now at 18 with his RBI in this game already. hit .329 at Linfield last season, as Mejia will check on Montano over at first. A lot of pickoff moves for this Berries team over the past couple nights. Second straight 0-2 coming from Mejia to Gullard. Fastball, and he battles it off. Not even a full swing for Rylan Gullard right there. But he stays alive, and third straight 0-2 on the way from Mejia. Only gotten one out and is ahead on Gullard right here, but already 15 pitches on the outing for Mejia. .0-2 coming to Gullard once again, and he leaves that B up in the attic for ball one. Big wide gap on the right side of the infield. Opposite field for Gullard. You got to be thinking he is looking to put something through that, just that gaping hole between the first baseman Catano and the second baseman Linteo right now. 1-2, he drives it into right field, but right at Weidman out there. And that'll be out number two. Just a bad break for Rylan Gullard. That ball was crushed. It was just right at the right fielder, Weidman. Now Jake Rolling will come up with two down. Rolling still looking for his first hit on the day. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 3 with a walk. Rolling went 2 for 5 last night with a base hit that scored a run. First pitch to him is down for ball one. Again, Rolling in his home state of Oregon. The only guy on the Fish Sticks that hails from the state of Oregon. Got a couple guys from the Vancouver area as well. Mejia comes home, and once again, down and out has been Mejia's bread and butter this inning, and it's called strike one to Rolling right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Montano on first after Vaughn Lowe was hit by a pitch to start this inning, and Rolling leaves that for ball two. Fish Sticks have led by 1 since the top of the 4th inning, and since then it's been all zeros on the scoreboard. Nathan Burke, Duncan Boss, and Beckett Turnbow all putting in good work out of the bullpen. 2-1 coming to Rolling. That is fouled back up and over the fence in the courtyard by the entrance to the ballpark here in Salem. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rolling 0 for 3 on the day. Batting average down to a unacceptable 500 on the summer. 2-2 coming to Rolling. That runs up for ball 3, and the count is full. Nice day for Rolling yesterday, and starting to become a mainstay in this second spot in the lineup and at short out in the field. Gonna go play for Gonzaga. Full count. He fouls it off, and we'll have to do it again. Rolling making Mejia work. This is going to be pitch number 24 of the inning for Josh Mejia, and he's been getting outs, but not necessarily in the most efficient manner. Second payoff on the way to Jake Rolling. 7th pitch of the AB. Montano breaks for second. Rolling grounds it over to Carlson. Might be a tough play off the turf. Rolling can't beat the throw. Nice glove work from Carlson, and the throw beats Rolling to the bag. Catano with a big-time stretch, and another 0 on the scoreboard here in Salem. Fish Sticks still ahead by 1. It's 4-3 DubSea as we head into the bottom of the 8th.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the fryer for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Beckett Turnbow stays on the mound for the Fish Sticks, projecting a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. This is where the Berries fielded their comeback yesterday, 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th, en route to a 4-3 victory over the Fish Sticks. Looking to replicate that right here. 5-6-7 due up for the Berries. It's Hudson Flora, followed by Damian Catano and Taryn Carlson. This is also the part of the lineup that was able to bring home all those runs yesterday, as Catano scored a run, Carlson brought in a run, and then also was responsible for, he was actually gunned down on a fielder's choice. But Damari Hall, after him, hit into that fielder's choice and then scored the go-ahead run off a double by Jake Gallen. First pitch from Turnbow to Flora missed up for ball 1. And Turnbow, there's his first strike of the inning. Flora 0 for 2, reached on a walk in this one. Still looking for his first hit against the Fish Sticks in the past couple days. 1-1 coming from Turnbow. Fastball just blown by Flora for strike 2. Flora had no chance at it right there. Fish Sticks have led by 1 for 4 innings and change now. It was the top of the 4th inning that the Fish Sticks took this lead. Score hasn't changed since then. 1-2 misses upstairs, and it's an even count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hudson Flora. Turnbow comes set. You got to think he's probably looking for that number 1 right now with that fastball. That is so good. He throws it and it's fouled back by Hudson Flora. He'll stay alive. 2 strikeouts in the 7th inning, which was Beckett Turnbow's first inning on the mound today. Looking for his 3rd on Flora right now. Turnbow's got the sign. Comes set, 2-2, that's outside. Count is full. Flora has been struck out twice today as well, so got to be thinking, if you're Hudson Flora, get a bat on anything. You want to avoid striking out for the 3rd time today. Turnbow, 7th in the lineup today. If that gets back to that part of the lineup, he would likely hit as well in the top half of the 9th inning. Payoff pitch coming to Hudson Flora. Fastball blown by Beckett Turnbow. 3rd strikeout of the day for Turnbow, and there's 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. It's been night and day on the mound for Turnbow in the past week compared to his first few outings of the year, and he continues the hot stretch with a strikeout of Flora right there to start off the 8th inning. Now Catano will come up. 0 for 3 day for Catano so far. And he leaves that for ball 1. That is just outside. Again, Catano, a couple hits yesterday, including a double, and then scored a run in that 8th inning. And Turnbow outside once again for ball 2. There has been action in the Fish Sticks bullpen forever. We never saw Beckett Turnbow go out there, or at least I didn't. And Jaden Mizuno has been the guy that's really moved around the most. 2-0 coming, and Turnbow misses out once again, so it's 3-0 to Catano. This would be the first walk of the day for Beckett Turnbow. Gotta think Catano's not looking to swing here in a 3-0 count. Looking for the first base runner here in the 8th inning. 3-0, and it misses in, so Damian Catano, a 4-pitch walk. And the tying run is aboard here in the bottom of the 8th for the Marion Berries. Turnbow looks like he'll stay out there. thrown 27 pitches on the day, and Taryn Carlson will come up. Carlson had a big hit in yesterday's 8th inning rally that brought home a run to make it 3-2 Fish Sticks, and eventually Marion plated 2 more and won that game 4-3 in 9. Catano breaks for second. That's popped up in the infield. Eisenhut's just hoping it comes down as fast as possible, and Catano is back to first in time. So all it takes is one pitch to retire Taryn Carlson, and there's 2 down here in the 8th. That ball didn't hang up for so long. The Fish Sticks would be getting the bats ready for the 9th inning, but Catano able to get back to the bag, and now Turnbow and Hellner will have a chat, the 2 future New Mexico State Aggies, as Damari Hall comes up. Turnbow. An inning and 2/3 for him. Not really out of the pen, out of third base today. He started at third for the first 6 innings. Now Isaac Watson playing over there in the hot corner. He is a great defender in his own right. Damari Hall comes up. 1 for 3 day for Hall. He chases at strike 1. Looked like a bit of a check swing from Hall right there. No action in the Berries bullpen either, so Josh Mejia will be coming out for the top of the 9th inning as of now. A 1 pitch coming from Turnbow. Fastball in there, strike 2. He's way ahead of Damari Hall right now. Hall already has a 2-strike base knock to his name today. Roped a single up the middle earlier in this one in a 1-2 count. Turnbow looking to get out of the 8th. The Fish Sticks ahead. He's got the sign. 0-2, and now ump calls time right at the last second. It looks like Hall, the batter, just wanted to call time and maybe throw off the timing from Turnbow. We'll see if that's effective from Damari Hall. 0-2, we're going to try that again. No pitch just now, so the count is still no balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first and 2 down for the Berries right here. Marion trailing by 1 to the Fish Sticks. 0-2 coming. Fastball, strike 3. Beckett Turnbow. 2 scoreless innings after starting this game at third base, and the Fish Sticks head into the 9th, leading by 1. Great stuff from Turnbow today. On the other side of the break, we'll have the 9th inning from Salem.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Noah Benedict, and then looks like it will be Evan Hellner and Braden Bartholomew due up here in the top of the 9th inning against Josh Mejia and the Marion Berries. The DubSea Fish Sticks leading 4-3 as we roll into the 9th inning here in Salem. The sun is fully gone down here in the Willamette Valley. Cold starting to kick in just like it did last night at this stage of the game. But the scoreboard switched around at this stage yesterday. The Berries led the Fish Sticks 4-3 heading into the 9th inning, and Fish Sticks weren't able to play to run, ended up losing that game by 1. Now looking to return the favor. Noah Benedict to get things rolling. Benedict was in the 3-hole yesterday for the Sticks and wasn't able to record a hit. Ended up going 0 for 3 with a walk in that one. First pitch he sees from Mejia is outside for the first ball. And that's strike 1 from Josh Mejia. Again, 24 pitches in his first inning of work, but no signs of life in the Marion bullpen right now, so they are rolling with Mejia for the time being. Count is 1-1, and that one gets away from Mejia, ball 2. Benedict comes into this game with an average of 257, OPS of 733. Had a double and a homer in the 16-7 win over the A's back on Sunday at the Friar, and that's outside. For ball 3, both of those came in back-to-back at-bats in the 7th and 8th inning, respectively. Came into this series swinging a really nice bat. Count is 3-1. Mejia probably just searching for the zone right here. Benedict, big swing and a miss for strike 2, and the count is full. So Mejia, after 24 pitches in a scoreless 8th, kind of the same story so far here in the 9th. It's already a full count to Noah Benedict. Payoff pitch on the way from Mejia. Benedict swings and misses once again. Mejia starts off the 9th with a K, and Evan Hellner will now come up. Second straight lefty for the Fish Sticks here. Hellner 0 for 3 on the day. Still looking for his first hit, not only of the game, but of the series. He was pinch hit for by Vaughn Lowe yesterday after going 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch from Mejia to Hellner into center field. Hall is racing back. He's right at the wall, and it goes off the wall. Hall just rams into the wall, and Hellner is in with ease for a one-out double. You thought maybe that would have the distance to go out, and Hall was tracking it the whole way and just goes face first into the chain link out there in center. Now a runner in scoring position, in the Fish Sticks looking to extend the lead here in the 9th with Braden Bartholomew, who's had a great day up at the plate. Double for Evan Hellner, and now Bartholomew is 3 for 4 and has driven in a run. Comes up. Bartholomew leads the team in runs batted in with 19. Look for number 20 right here. It'd be the first to 20 on the team this summer. 4-3 Fish Sticks right now. DubSea looking to extend that lead. Bartholomew watched the first pitch for ball 1 outside, and he fouls that off his shin. Count evens. Jackson Dulé also on deck. He has had a good day at the plate in his own right. 1 for 4 with a double down the line in that 4th inning. That right now is the difference. Checks on the runner. Bartholomew leaves it be, and it's ball 2. That's a really good take. Mejia, down and out, has kind of been his home today against the Fish Sticks hitters, and we've seen a lot of chases and misses from this lineup in that area of the zone. Count is 2-1, and there it is. Down and away, corner to righties, and Mejia paints it once again for strike 2 to Bartholomew. Jackson Dulé on deck, then it's Becca Turnbow, who has thrown 2 great innings out of the pen. 2-2 coming to Bartholomew. Back up the middle, base hit. Hellner is turning around third. He's coming home. The throw from Hall, not in time. It's 5-3 Fish Sticks, and Bartholomew advances to second on the throw. Fish Sticks lead 5-3 in the 9th, and Braden Bartholomew, his 4th hit of the day. Take a bow, Braden Bartholomew. Fish Sticks lead by 2 runs for the first time today. Evan Hellner comes around to score on a single from Bartholomew. It's the 2nd RBI for Fuego on the day. And nice heads-up move to advance to second on the throw from Hall, which was pretty good. It's just not in time to beat Hellner to the plate. And now it's 5-3 Fish Sticks with Bartholomew in scoring position and Jackson Dulé at the plate. Four for 5 for Braden Bartholomew today. A double mixed in there as well, and he's driven in 2 runs. And right now the Fish Sticks lead by 2. So you can make the argument that Braden Bartholomew by himself is the difference right now. Jackson Dule will come up, and a welcome sight for the Fish Sticks. Riley Sonoy is in the on-deck circle. This is going to be the first we've seen of Sonoy since he was injured in Wenatchee last week. Dule behind the fastball for strike one. Dule 1 for 4 on the day. Roped a double down the line in the 4th inning. And he's behind the fastball once again, almost deja vu on the second pitch, and it's 0-2. Dule behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Fish Sticks lead by 2 runs here in the top of the 9th. And that runs in on Dule, almost catches a piece of his Evo shield on the left elbow, but it's ball 1. Sonoy is hitting for Beckett Turnbow, which might mean that Turnbow's day is done on the mound as Dule swings and misses at the fastball once again. And there's 2 gone here in the top of the 9th, and for the first time in about a week, Riley Sonoy will come up to the plate. This is a great sign for the Fish Sticks. Sonoy hitting .333 on the year. OPS just south of 800. He's driven in 10 runs. He had a 4 RBI game out in Yakima in the Fish Sticks 10-5 win over the Pippins last Monday. First pitch to Sonoy from Mejia, missed for a ball. And that's in there for strike 1, so this count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Still no one moving around in the Berries bullpen, so Mejia will stay out here for the time being with a runner in scoring position. And Sonoy behind it once again, just like Dule was, and it's 1-2. Ninth inning of the second game of the series, and the Fish Sticks leading the Berries 5-3. 1-2, that is up and in on Sonoy for ball 2. Riley Sonoy was really hitting his stride this season before the injury in Wenatchee, and that Yakima game, a 2-run double in the second that put the Fish Sticks ahead 4-0. 2-2 coming, and it's in on the ankles. Berries wanted it for strike 3, but just a touch inside, and count is full. Rodrigo Montano is on deck for the Fish Sticks. He pinch ran for Vaughn Lowe after Lowe was hit by a pitch, and Sonoy will stay alive. 7th pitch of the AB on the way. We saw Montano with the Fish Sticks down a run to the Dudes back on July 2nd, 6 days ago. He worked a great walk on an 8-pitch at bat and kept the Fish Sticks in it. They ended up winning that game 6-5. Sonoy, another foul off with 2 strikes. Sonoy was originally in the starting lineup, but a late scratch, replaced by Will Cooley out and right. And 3-2 runs in, so Riley Sonoy in his first at-bat back in a week reaches base with a walk, and now Rodrigo Montano will come up. It looks like they will have Jaden Palacios run for Riley Sonoy. So Jaden Palacios, this is a fun story for this Fish Sticks team. He is making his Fish Sticks debut tonight. Luke Parker did not make the trip with the team. Jaden Palacios is in his number 1. And Clark College guy, a new face for this team, brand new. We didn't even know he was on the roster until we got to the stadium today. And he will run for Riley Sonoy. Fish Sticks taking no risks with his health, and Montano is quickly behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Mejia, that was pitch number 50 just now. So Fish Sticks making him work. Looking to keep the Fish Sticks lead at 2. 0-2 to Montano inside, ball 1. Mejia was halfway back to the dugout right there. But Montano will stay alive. 5-3, Fish Sticks leading the Berries here in the top of the 9th inning. Looking for more with Rodrigo Montano at the plate and Tyler Eisenhut on deck. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Montano. That's in there, called strike 3. Fastball finds the top rail. And Montano is sat down on strikes, but Braden Bartholomew brings home another run, his 20th RBI of the year. And that will take us into the bottom of the ninth here in Salem. Fish Sticks leading by 2.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Well, the Berries need a hero right now. It's 5-3 DubSea heading into the bottom of the ninth. Marion with Danny Weidman, Colin Linteo, and Noah Scherer, 9-1-2 in the lineup due up. And they will face Finn Still for the second straight night. Still, probably his worst outing of the year last night. In one inning of work, he gave up 2 earned runs, and those 2 runs were the difference. The Berries ended up winning that game 4-3, but still a wonderful year so far with the Fish Sticks. A 3.55 ERA coming into this game, and in 12 2/3, he struck out 14 hitters. Get ready for a lot of fastballs from Finn Still. That's kind of his bread and butter, and only listed at 5'10", 190, but one of the hardest throwers in this bullpen. So Still will come out for the bottom of the ninth. Braden Bartholomew got the Fish Sticks an insurance run in the top of the ninth. He brought home Noah Benedict with a base hit, Evan Hellner with a base hit, and now Finn Still comes in to protect a 2-run lead. Danny Weidman to lead things off here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 5-3 Fish Sticks. Finn Still looking to protect this lead. First pitch of the day from the hard-throwing righty. Ground ball right to Eisenhut. 1 pitch and 1 out for Finn Still here in the bottom of the ninth inning in Salem. Great start to the day. About as efficient as it gets right there. Routine grounder to Eisenhut. And Colin Linteo will come up. Linteo, the leadoff hitter, always a tough out. He's 1 for 4 on the day. Gonna go play for St. Mary's College, Santa Moraga. Same team, same recruiting class as Colton Nutfer, lefty arm for the Fish Sticks. And Still in there for strike 1 on Linteo. Still will tell you himself he didn't have his best work yesterday, and looking to bounce back against this same team tonight in what is a pretty high leverage spot. Fish Sticks ahead by 2 in the bottom of the ninth. 0-1, Linteo swings through it for strike 2. Still ahead. Still did strike out a hitter yesterday, but I mean, that's not as many strikeouts as we've come to expect from him in his work. Gave up 3 hits in that outing. 0-2 coming, Linteo watches it up. 4-1. It's Linteo right now with 1 down in the bottom of the ninth, and then Noah Scherer is on deck for the Berries. Scherer 0 for 2 on the day. Linteo, great watch. He wanted to go after that, but resists, and it's ball 2 outside. If Linteo or Scherer behind him does reach, the tying run would come to the plate for the Berries. Again, 5-3 Fish Sticks lead. 2-2 coming. Finn Still forces a foul off from Colin Linteo, and the count will stay put. Again, Linteo, always a tough out in this leadoff spot, and all kinds of speed on the base paths. That's why that first out was so huge. You don't want a runner like Linteo representing the tying run. Second straight 2-2 from Still. That time it's high, and it's ball 3. Great AB from Linteo right now. Three-two count. Finn Still looking for his first strikeout of the day or just the second out of the inning by any means. Payoff pitch on the way. Linteo swings through it for strike 3. Big time K from Finn Still, and the Fish Sticks are 1 out away from winning this one in Salem. So Jake Dodge is going to come in and hit for Noah Scherer. We saw Dodge start the game yesterday against the Fish Sticks on the mound, and he will come up as the last gasp for the Berries tonight. Big cut and a miss from Dodge for strike 1. Tried to match Still's velocity right there. 5-3 Fish Sticks lead. 2 down and nobody on here in the bottom of the 9th. That's in the basement for ball 1. Covered up by Hellner. Again, Finn Still, he came in the 8th inning yesterday, and the Berries took the lead on him. And so far, it's been night and day for Still today. 1-1, blows it by Dodge once again. Count is 1-2. Fish Sticks 1 strike away from their second West Coast League win of the year. Still coming home with the 1-2 offering. Popped into center. Routine for Rylan Gullard. And the DubSea Fish Sticks, a really nice win here in Salem. They come out on top against the Marion Berries. The final score, 5-3 here in Salem. And the Fish Sticks improve to 14-8 on the year. 2-3 against West Coast League opponents. And after a heartbreaker last night, that is a great bounce back for this Fish Sticks squad. They win this one in the wee hours here in Salem. 5-3 the final score. It goes 1 run in the top of the first for the Fish Sticks, followed by all 3 runs for the Berries tonight, scored in the bottom of the first inning off Kai Twites. After that, it was absolute nails for this pitching staff. Kai Twites goes 2 more innings of scoreless stuff. He's followed by Nathan Burke, who goes 2/3 of an inning. Then Duncan Boss, 2 scoreless. Beckett Turnbow, 2 scoreless. And Finn Still closes it out in the 9th inning. Great win for this team. Stick of the game today, it's going to go to Braden Bartholome. A 4-hit game for Bartholome. He drives in 2 runs, 4 hits, including a double and 3 singles. You're not going to see a lot of 4-hit games, and Bartholome increases his RBI total on the year to 20. That leads the team. Beckett Turnbow, also a great day. 2 scoreless innings out of the pen, and he drives in a run of his own at the plate. That'll do it for us in Salem. Again, the Fish Sticks come out on top tonight. 5-3. They take down the Marion Berries here in Salem. They are back at home tomorrow against the Seattle Studs on $3 Thursday at the Friar. You can catch that broadcast right here on the Fish Sticks Network, or just come out to the Friar yourself. Who knows? Do what you want. Fish Sticks win 5-3 for everyone with the DubSea Fish Sticks. My name is Angus Trangmo. It has been so good bringing you the broadcast here from Salem. We'll be back at home tomorrow. Have a good night.